deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. After a brief hiatus, we are back. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Got a whole bunch of people here with us this evening, but I'm gonna bring in our very special guest. He hosts the Cantina Happy Hour. He hosts MCU Mondays. They bring my man Darth Zane in. Darth Zane, or David Fur, my brother David Fur. What's going on, man?
How's it going? Good to be here.
Good to have you in the building, man. Good to have you in the building. All right, let's go ahead and go down in normal cast of characters. First, she is the cosplay and TikTok queen. Let me bring my girl Catty and Cat. What's up?
What's going on? Welcome to the Gauntlet, D-Fur.
Hey.
All right. Next up, he is our comic book aficionado. I hope his headset's ready. Tyler, what's up, man? Well, I guess not. About to come back to Tyler. We'll come back to Tyler in a sec. Let me know what's going on with your headset, Tyler, in the chat. Let me go ahead and bring in our female resident streamer, Diamond. What's up?
What's up, everyone?
How you doing? All right. Uh-oh. What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. We appreciate you. Let me go ahead and bring in Ando. Ando, what's up, man?
Yo, how's it going, everybody?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Also, let me bring in my anime buddy. She is the official aficionado of Food Wars and various other animes that your boy Will Morgan will never, ever watch. Bring my girl Janae in. Janae, what's up?
Oh, that was quite an entrance.
I'm just saying, Texas might have banned Pornhub, but Food Wars is still game. So
Oh my gosh! But
watching that
with all the fan service aside, the food looks amazing in that anime. I'm just saying.
But there's something really weird when you pair the food with the anime and the voices and the noises that they make. No, it's a turn off. I'm sorry.
That you can't watch it in mixed company whatsoever.
No, absolutely not.
And headphones on.
It's two shows that I refuse to watch. One is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for obvious reasons. I ain't watching that. And then the other one is Food Wars. I'm not doing it. Nope, can't do it. All right,
Don't worry, I'll be in that boat with you, bro. I'll be in that boat with you.
There you go. Oh, look.
This is just official boycott.
Official boycott as of tonight. Official. All right, it looks like he is ready to go with his headset and everything slacked on. Let me go ahead and get my man Tyler in. Tyler, what's up?
Hey. Kitty!
Oh, we got Floof.
He got the cat with him.
For some reason was not wanting to work or my mic. So I was like, okay, that's not good. That's not a good start. So I had to get that all working, but hopefully we're back now.
You're good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the show. We got a lot to talk about. From what everybody was talking about in the chat, I didn't get a chance to watch it today. But from what everybody is talking about, this episode of Halo seems to be all the rage. So
this season of Halo.
Was amazing, and I'm not even playing Halo.
So let's go ahead and get this party started, you guys. All right, Kat, I'm starting with you because you were like the biggest Halo fan I have ever seen. So I'm
excuse me, Kat, you're the greatest. No, back in the line. But no, I'll totally joke.
I mean, I'll fight you for the helmet. It's fine.
I do have to state this.
Never die, guys. Come on.
Will, you do have to play the spoilers alert because I'm pretty sure we're going to do some spoilers.
Yeah. You should. You know what? Do I have it on? I don't think I have it on this profile, guys.
You just yell spoilers. No.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
There you go. Spoiler alert. Yeah, there you go. Everybody just say spoiler alert. There you go. So I don't have it on this profile. So I'm sorry.
I will.
Oh.
As my mom always said, ladies first. So, Kat, I will let you say your opinion first.
All right. So let's start with the fact that you guys know I defended Halo all the way through season 1 of like, guys, just like bear with it.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
it's the same thing that people do with Boba Fett. Like, I understand it's not the same Master Chief you play with when you're playing with your dolls, but
Or action
Your
figures.
action figures.
Action figures.
But season 2 is where they really brought it, and it was where I had a feeling they were going to take the story. Where season 2, you started to see the official fall of Reach.
Mhm.
And so at that point, the story is no longer background, history, etc. It is an 8-part war documentary.
Yeah.
And they brought it. I mean, every single episode has been action-packed. It's had the drama, it's had the action, it's had a little bit of what you expect with Cortana. I mean, I have a feeling that probably we're going to, if this week's season finale with them finally showing, like, for me, and this is where it got me in the season finale, was when they got to the Halo and you finally got to see those pillars that you see in every battleground in every Halo game you've ever played. You know, the Halo started to activate and the pillars just start coming up out of the mountains. Like that scene, that topography, that's what you see when you play Halo. And it also, I mean, it got more into the virus that also was part of the fall.
Oh my God.
And really, I mean, I think at this point, you know, the fanboys that stuck with it like they should have, if they're really truly fanboys, we're getting the Halo that we asked for. And, you know, like the way, even when McKee tried to destroy Cortana and the way that Cortana downloaded herself into the suit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how many people picked up on that. That Cortana downloaded herself into Master Chief's suit.
Yeah.
And that she wasn't just reliant on that disc anymore. Which was part of what you saw, which is part of how Cortana was designed to work in the first place. If you've played the games, et cetera, et cetera. That was how she was designed to work. And so you really saw that. You saw the action this season. And, that finale, those final battle scenes. Like, you didn't just have the Spartans fighting it out, you know, against the Covenant. You had the battle for survival within the ship once the virus got out, once the parasite got out. Which slowly kind of starts to convert them to not quite human. And it gets to one thing they've hinted at all along, that the Covenant, there was the mixture of DNA. There was Covenant DNA and there was human DNA. Now, like, for those people that didn't ever put those two together, this is how that happened. The Covenant were once human. So, yeah, I mean, it was definitely, if you have not seen it, it is worth the watch. It is, like I said, for all those people that were like, oh, they're giving too much story. Like, oh, this is so boring. Master Chief took off his helmet and I don't like it. You know, we don't really know. Even in the books, it's talked about him removing his helmet from time to time. It's not like The Mandalorian where it's like, we don't take off our helmet. That's not the way he rolls, the way Master Chief rolls. You know, and even in this season, because of the fall of Reach and the way they handled that, there was a good chunk where you didn't even see him in any armor at all.
Yeah.
He was just slugging it out, being the badass that he is.
Episode 4, the fist fight with the arm. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Y'all better toughen up out there, because Cat gonna pull out that Red Lantern ring. And when Cat pull out that Red Lantern ring, it's over for everybody. So I need everybody to tough up. Everybody. Everybody to tough up.
If the fanboys would just quit crying.
I do agree with that. Yeah. I don't, Andrew. You know, I'm sure you have something to say. Do you want to say something?
Oh, I have. Hold on.
I'll let Andrew speak before I go.
I have plenty to say.
He has the notes.
So do I.
didn't officially write anything down.
That's dedication. Appreciate that,
so,
Ando.
Again,
Appreciate that, my brother.
being a Halo fan, I'm going to go over my small gripes first, and then I'll go into what I absolutely love. Obviously, being the video game fan of Halo, I'm totally cool with the direction that they brought into Master Chief. Master Chief, where it's always been with Halo, it's been the lone wolf. I really enjoy the first 2 seasons where he has that battalion with him. He has the 3 other Spartans that he knows, trusts, and basically his life is in their hands. He knows that he'll take care of them. The way that they killed off Vanek in episode 4, I cried. It is the first time that I cried watching Halo. And knowing what happened as soon as that Needler shard went into him, and when Master Chief cried no, and that needle combustion, I cried. My sister looked at me as we were watching this, and she was like, did you just cry? I'm like, yeah, whatever. But gripe number 1 was I really wish, as the 4 Spartans that were with Chief passed on or moved on, I wish they would have brought in some of the Reach characters. Now, I know based off of the video games, that was before Master Chief was around, but you could have said names like, hey, so going to Alpha Moon 405, we have Carter and we have Emil. Halo characters know those names from Halo Reach. And if you would have said Carter, I would have been like, oh my God, they're talking about Noble One. I think they missed a really good golden opportunity with that, which now with Reach being falling, you can't really bring those characters back. Gripe number 2, I don't like that they killed off the Arbiter. That for me kind of is, you have so much that you can build on with Arbiter working with Chief or Arbiter working against the Covenant. Kind of like how they played it in Halo 2. To kill off Arbiter, I think it kind of just, obviously, I think if they work it that way, it'll work. But a lot of the coming back fans or fans who are familiar with the games that I am, it kills that bridge between the Covenant and the humans working together. And I think definitely in Halo 3, there were people who were like, oh, hey, it's Master Chief. I enjoyed playing as the Arbiter. I love the Covenant weapons more. The Needler is my go-to weapon of all time. I love the trailing Needlers going into people's asses as they blow up. Love it. That's complaint number 2. That being said, number 1, I absolutely love how they brought the Flood in. Absolutely love it. It is DNA from a previous existence that is accidentally activated. And you saw in that episode where the lady just changes and then just attacks the dude. I said it to Rob and Brittany as I was watching. I'm like, no, they didn't. And then you see the DNA in the neck. You see the veins. Oh, my God, it was perfect. I'm really excited to see where they go with season 3. Absolutely love it. I think the character building that they have with Master Chief and Cortana's relationship is great. What they do with Catherine Halsey now that she's on ice because she has the Flood DNA in her, how will that affect it? And I know we don't necessarily do this for the podcast, Will. I know we do this for the Sports Report. Fuck Guilty Spark. I hate the character. Glad that they brought him, but screw him. I don't like him. I want to see him die in the first episode of season 3. The dude is a condescending robot.
That's perfectly legal here too,
the dude is a condescending robot. First off, you killed Johnson, and that's somebody that they need to bring into season 3 is Gunnery Sergeant Johnson. Bring Johnson into the game, damn it. Everybody will love it. But
that's perfectly legal here, sir. Perfectly legal.
Screw Guilty Spark. I hope he just has this frantic downboiling of his internal systems and he dies.
And my husband is agreeing with you. He is doing the thumbs up in front of me.
And Rob called it because as Chief is sitting there with his helmet off at the end of the episode, and you got that weird blue light, I'm like, who the hell is that talking? And my brother's sitting there and he's, no.
Yeah.
And then that blue light comes on and you see Guilty Spark right there. And my brother's like, Guilty Spark. And I'm like, fuck me. Pardon the language. But no, it's, I thought season 1 kind of drug on a little too slowly for my taste, but Kat is right. It's got the right amount of action between episodes 1, definitely 1, 4, 7, and 8. There is a lot of action for you to kind of to quench that salivation you have for action. They did a really good job with the storytelling. I really hated Ackerson to begin the season. And then at the end of the season, when Soren loses Liara and you get the kid and Quan is there. And then the mother flood, the hive mind of the flood through the lady. That's perfect storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Yeah, no, I love it. That's all I'm going to say.
Tyler, you look like you got some things you want to say about it, my
I
friend.
did. Right off the bat, I do think the season was great. I really enjoyed it. I think it had a lot of, as everyone said, great action, great storytelling. I've kind of come to terms that this is not, and I'm okay with this. This is not the Halo that essentially we all played.
Yeah, no, and I agree
that's
with
okay.
that.
It doesn't need to be.
We don't know what happened in between our gameplay. We don't know what happened when our boxes were off.
I'm not.
Are you saying that they're pulling a Wreck-It
Come on,
Ralph
damn.
cat? Are you saying that they're Wreck-It Ralphing it?
Oh, totally.
Or
I'm not.
what are the
Damn.
small soldiers or whatever when the
Small
figures
soldiers.
got
There we go.
microchip.
That's like when you turn the box off on Madden. You know they practicing. You just know they practicing.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily talking about like necessarily in storytelling what's happening, but just by how some of the characters' reactions and how they're interpreted throughout the series. John himself is definitely they're walking a path where some of it can fall into the video game, and some of it is not going to. Like some of how he reacts and how he chooses to react with everyone else around him. There is, you were talking about the Orbiter being killed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna technically that Orbiter did die, but if I remember correctly from the series, Arbiter is a title, so anyone can be the Arbiter. And the Arbiter was, and technically in the game, the Arbiter that we know and love, aka Keith Davidson, was not given that title until he failed the first game after protecting the ring. So this Arbiter could be a totally different Arbiter.
You are right.
When it
I will
died,
give you credit on that. I
yes,
will.
so technically speaking, we still could be. There's still a chance they could go get Keith Davidson to come voice the Orbiter in season 3.
It's just
3
Keith
if they
David, not Davidson. It's Keith David. Keith David. If you're gonna say my name, say it right, player. You won't disrespect me with that son. I'm not a son. I am D-Man. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chuck Norris.
They can bring our Arbiter into play later on, and that's easily possible, and I hope they do. When you brought up with Cortana going into his suit, yes, it was that way, but I think this is just me holding on to a little aspect of the game. I really was hoping that when he went back to pull her out of the system, out of the computer, that he would pull a chip out and slide it into the back of his helmet, like he did so many times in the game.
Like the goosebump feeling.
I know it's a corny thing to get like whatever over, but like God, that's such an iconic scene to always see that, because Halo 1, Halo 2, and I think a little bit of Halo 3, we would see the chip. It wasn't until towards the end of 3 where he was not using the chip anymore.
Yeah, there was a part in Halo 3 during the final, not the final flood mission, but the mission before the finale, where he finds Cortana, they talk, he puts her in the chip, and he goes, "Are you ready for one last ride?" She's like, "I thought you'd never ask."
Yeah, and so I would have loved to just see that whole slide the chip into the back of the helmet thing. I think that would have been cool. The flood. I was excited to see the flood because it's hard not to tell a Halo story without somehow talking about the flood. However, I'm weighing if I'm okay with how they introduced the flood. Because I think I was so excited to see the flood that I'm not. If you stop the flood, so they found the flood on a random base on a random planet somewhere. Not the flood should be hidden inside the ring. That's the whole. Wasn't that the whole point in the games? The flood.
I thought it was like on an artifact or whatever.
Yeah, it was on the artifact that they.
Yeah, but the artifact they found was on a random planet. It wasn't.
It wasn't random because that's the planet where the Spartan program started.
Yeah. Yes, but the whole point of the rings in the games was that it cleansed the whole the universe, the cosmos.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be anything out there. And in the games, the flood was stored in the vaults on the rings, if I remember correctly. So I'm like, okay, so the idea that the flood would be stored somewhere not the ring seems a little I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems a little inaccurate.
No,
because
and it could be one of those things where they're doing it loosely off of the game.
Yeah.
Because if I remember right, in
that's
Halo 1, Mission 2, you're on the Halo ring. And that's essentially after that part is where you meet the Flood. So the Flood could have been initiated when Master Chief went to the ring. It's very possible because they're happening simultaneously as Chief is making his way to the ring. Because you got to remember, Arbiter and McKee make it to the ring first.
Yep.
So it's very possible that between McKee and the Arbiter, when they land on Halo, it's at the same point where Halsey and her daughter find the chip. And then when they activate it, it's at that same point.
Well, they're still on the, as she said, the planet with the Spartans are made. So they're totally separate locations. So like the flood that they're finding is not at the Halo ring.
Yeah, and it could have been that again, they're dormant.
They're pulling Lucy with them. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not super upset about it. It's just one of those things where it's like, I think I got so excited to see this happen in the show that I was like, wait a second. I stop for a minute and think about it. Well, technically, that doesn't make sense that they would find it.
Tyler,
yeah?
I think you're overthinking it. Just enjoy that the Flood are there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be like, look at it from a logical view and everything. I still love it. I had a great time. I'm not going to sit here and trash it. I loved it. I had a great time with it. I would say there was one other. Gosh, now you maybe just. This is another dumb thing that's not really that important, but I want to see Pillar of Autumn. The Pillar of Autumn.
Yes.
Come on, that's iconic. Everyone knows the Pillar of Autumn, and so it would have been nice somewhere in there.
Wasn't the Pillar of Autumn captained by Keys? So you'd have to have a new captain for the Pillar of Autumns.
Yeah. What's up, Mo?
You
How you doing, brother?
But I mean,
and that would be something where maybe you can bring like one of the old Spartans, like Carter or Emil, and put him as the captain of the ship.
Yeah, something. But no, I think everything was great. I loved.
Bring in Lasky. Bring in Lasky's character at this point.
Wonderful season. I think they did a great job. I clearly think that they did one of two things from season 1 to season 2. They either got some new writers in house who was a little more passionate, or B, they took some criticism from season 1 to season 2 and they incorporated it in their writing. And so it definitely comes out that season 2 hits way harder than anything in season 1, which is really good.
Agreed.
I had a great time. I'm excited for season 3. But I think Halo people just need to come to terms. And I've been a Halo fan for a long time, but I don't think I've ever been like, oh, it needs to be exactly, a carbon fighter. I don't care that much. But I do think people out there who are that way need to kind of accept that this is a slightly different take on the Halo universe. This is a slightly different pattern.
The Marvel fans and the Star Wars fans need to listen to that right there, because it's the same thing going across all of those fandoms.
Yes,
I don't want to interrupt, but
that's not the way it happened in the comic books. It's like,
yes,
different
I
world.
don't want to interrupt, but there is a kitty on Darth Zane's screen, right by the white cabinet. I just
he's back there
on screen.
Yeah, he's back there somewhere.
Hey, he's watching the stairs for me to make sure the dogs don't come up.
And you don't. You need one.
All right. We got anything else about Halo before we move on?
Janae, what was your thoughts on Halo?
I've never played the games. I've watched people play the games. Season 2 was amazing compared to season 1. I didn't know what the heck the Flood was, and then my husband said, "Oh my God, the Flood!"
Yep.
I was like, "What the heck is that?" He's like, "It's like a virus." I was like a zombie virus. He's like, kinda. And so then when they started acting all freaking weird, I
really want to see. I don't know if anyone remembers from Combat Evolved, first Halo, the going in the corridors where it's all dark and you have the flashlight and you're waiting for grunts to pop out when you're walking through those corridors.
No,
I kind of lamely want to see that.
I want to see Janae play the games and start driving around.
Yes.
I bet you Janae be making all the right.
Give her some Warthog driving. There we go.
Janae, don't be making all right at the Rock now. Come on now. I need you to drive.
Janae, you're just gonna drive. Will and I will shoot.
We'll all get on. We'll all drive.
But I'm not good at driving games either.
Diamond, you can give Janae a crash course and drive.
Yeah, you gotta give Janae a crash course. She'll be making every right at every rock.
Here's what I'll say. If you play Halo 1 and 2, the final mission in Halo 3 is where you have to jump your vehicle into the back of a flying plane. Diamond will train you. You'll learn how to drive before the end of Halo 3. You're perfect.
I'll just hand you some games from GTA, just like.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, if Griffin can learn how to drive,
driving.
That'll
So if you
work
can
for me.
learn how to drive in GTA, you can definitely drive a Warthog.
it's just like
Yeah.
dodgeball. If you can drive in GTA, you can drive in.
And I'm going to need you guys to get that name right. It's a Puma.
A Puma.
Rest in peace,
It's a boomer.
I was gonna say my knowledge of Halo is limited to because we're a PlayStation family. We don't believe in Xboxes.
No, I'm sick.
Also, as I was saying in the pre-show, Paramount Plus is like the only streaming service that we don't subscribe to. So obviously, I'm not going to see the show at all. And hey, I've got Red versus Blue. You don't need anything more than that.
Good God.
All of season 1 of Halo, I think they dropped for free on YouTube.
Again,
And the first
don't know the
episode
game,
of-
don't know the story. I mean, I won't even watch The Last of Us because I want to play the game first to kind of get a
Right.
kind of get a feeling for it.
I feel you on that. I'll feel you on it. All right. The second thing I want to go ahead and talk about tonight, I want to go ahead and talk about, and I know everybody here probably watched it, X-Men 97.
I will warn you right now, I'm totally okay with spoilers being run, but I will not watch the show on the account that my girl's ass is flat, so I will not. Okay, hold on. One at a time. I can only take so much criticism. One at a time.
How Janae said that the art was designed to be in motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
watch it in motion.
where I was expecting her to be built like Taylor Swift, she's actually built much more like Rogue than what any of us were expecting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it. I will watch
And
the show.
the pictures, did you not see the picture I sent you last night from the final season of the former X-Men? This animation, 100 times better than anything from that last season of X-Men. Oh my God, it's awful. I was struggling to watch that season.
This animation in 97 is trash. It's trash.
I
don't like
think
it.
I think the problem is the background is flat, but the motion and everything is partly 3D. And so it doesn't translate very well.
Yeah.
And so like I was having that because you know how I am, William, with different animation styles and stuff. It's like if I don't like it, I'm not going to watch it. And so I like the storyline so far. Well, I'm mad at part of the storyline, but I'm enjoying it so far for the first 2 episodes. And I was like, oh, it's not dropping the whole season. I was like, what the heck? But it's like,
you have to do it like with the original series. You got to wait for every Saturday for it to come out.
Okay,
Just like
I'm
normal
fine with
people
that,
did.
but Disney needs to pick a lane on when they do this. Because sometimes they drop the whole season of something, and sometimes they drop one.
Why does Star Wars get all their episodes put out first, but Marvel guys have to wait every Saturday morning? Look, I know
Star Wars is a weekly drop. They don't drop everything all at once.
So they made that mistake in their early days.
Marvel is a weekly drop except for one show.
Echo dropped everything all at once. Yeah.
But
because they had
for
supposedly
most
no
of the
faith
shows,
in it, but Echo ended up not being that bad.
Echo was like the better of everything.
Echo was straight. Echo was straight.
Yeah, they learned that if they drop it all at once, then people won't keep their subscription. They'll just binge watch it, and then so now that's why they release it once a week.
But,
listen, y'all boy, your boy got to hook up over at the X-Men match. You got to hook up. I got your girl Roll coming in and saying hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Hold up. Where is our picture from the chat of Magneto?
I know you were gonna say that. The one I sent you earlier.
I didn't pull it because he looked like. Hold on.
Go pull the Magneto one. Put it up there right now.
Yeah,
hold on.
Kat and Janae need their Magneto just as Nando needs his
I'm sorry, Magneto in 97 is getting he's getting the comic book treatment. So this is what he looked like in a few runs of the comics.
Yep.
But they're definitely giving him like the Silver Fox treatment.
Is he being like that thirst trap older dad looking guy?
Yes.
The daddy.
Yeah. So there's gonna be all kinds of variations with this.
Wow.
Hold on.
Are they gonna give him the sneakers and the grill apron too?
Damn. He said the sneakers and the grill apron. That's funny. That is funny. Hold on one second.
I will
Janae, what
say, I'm
did
kind
you
of
say? I
curious.
didn't even see this.
What? You didn't see my part dominatrix, part stealing Madam Web's outfit?
That's why I was posting she's thirsty.
Hold on.
I gotta say, I was kind of thrown off by Rogue's voice in this one. I did not.
Yeah.
I honestly did not think it was the same actress.
That's so crazy.
But same with like most of them. I know Jean's. I don't think is because that voice sounds
But
like
Rogue's in. That's the same. That's the same
from-
voice actor that did her back in the '90s. But I was just
Rogue,
like,
Logan, and
yeah,
Beast are
I was like,
even Jean's because that
Is
those
your
voice
voice
for
the
Jean
same as it
sounds
was back in
like
the 90s?
the girl who played Jessie from the modern version of Johnny Quest.
Y'all talking about this picture?
That's the one.
Yep. Yep.
look at those gloves all the way up. Yeah.
Now,
it gets cold out there. He's wearing a crop top, man. It gets cold out
What a
there.
stud muffin!
You gotta keep us. You gotta get.
Oh
warm.
man.
But the shoulders are
You know,
fine. We
I have
got
a
bare
question.
shoulders.
I have a question. Did anyone else see his little smirk before Storm got hit with the gun?
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
was this all a ploy so that he could get Genovia to become part of
Genosha?
Genosha.
whatever or whatever it's called?
Genosha? Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Genosha.
I actually, because of this, I wanted to go and read the comic book. Like I was curious. Storm does in the comics lose her power in a very similar situation. So I went and read it. It's from Uncanny X-Men 185. Came
Let's
out
get some
in
back later.
yep.
Spoiler.
So yeah, and I don't know if anyone wants me to tell spoilers of what I don't know how much of the comic will really play into the show, but does anyone care if I say anything, or I just want to
Yeah, go
ask
for it.
permission?
I don't care. Go for it.
In from what I read in the comic,
Oh,
so
what
what
we do.
ends up happening is Forge is the one who designed the gun.
Mhm.
Forge
How you doing,
built
man?
it.
Jackson, oh,
Forge
what's up, man?
built it, and the government kind of stole it. And Forge didn't want anyone to know that the gun came from him, so he hid it for a long time. And Storm and Forge end up building a relationship as Forge kind of helps her back on her feet as she learns how to be human again. And it's not till she discovers that Forge built it that she gets very upset at Forge. And eventually, obviously, her powers comes back.
Yeah.
Cool story. I don't know if that'll play too much into the show, but it just means we'll get to see more Forge action.
Oh,
Yeah.
and just to let y'all know, that whole thing that you saw, and Tyler, I think you can back me up on this. The whole thing that you saw with Rogue and Magneto,
That's the thing.
oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Oh,
Yep.
that's true.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Well,
All that's canon. Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm sad.
All that's canon. As a matter of
At
fact,
this point in time, everyone has had sex with everyone. Just accept it. I mean,
That is
Yeah.
not true, sir. I have
It-
not.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I've not had sex
Wolverine,
with
you
anyone.
know that it's already canon that Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean had a little 3 group there going on up in the
Okay,
wherever they were. So
look, one of
Cyclops
them had to be
taking
from
it.
France, and they had a menage a trois. Okay, just Scott's boring, so he can't hold a relationship by himself.
Dude, it's not gay if it's in a 3-way. Okay, just roll with that.
The
Like,
golden
Yeah.
rule. Okay.
God, cat.
Yeah.
So
What did they say in
That's why I
Scrubs?
say
It
you can't
wasn't
watch
it wasn't a good one. It was one of the devil menage a trois.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but
I think
at
the
the
only
same
person, I
time,
think the only,
They
I
were
think the
just
only
passing
person,
lettuce. Okay.
I think the only person that didn't get passed around at all was Jubilee.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
because she's
there's
too
a
young.
legal
That's
reason
'cause
for
she's
that
young.
one. There's
Yeah,
there's a
right.
little bit of
Once
a,
Jubilee turns 18, yeah, she's free game. Everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, here's
yeah.
and
The
see,
problem
okay,
is they're never going to let Jubilee turn higher than 18 because nobody cares about Jubilee.
and
actually.
Look at me,
you know,
I got
I-
sparkle fingers.
I
So
gotta
if the
say,
show is, sorry.
I was gonna say, I gotta say that one scene where they're at the rave and she drops her glasses and starts saying, I was like, oh Jesus God, just stop. Just
like that's the
stop.
power right there.
That was
Ultimate
I-
rage
yeah.
side chick.
If
It
If
looked
you guys-
bad.
If you
The
guys
animation
haven't,
was terrible. I was like, oh, it's awful.
if you
Yeah,
guys
the
haven't
show
seen
is
it,
following everything from the continuation. There's 2 things I'll say. One with Jubilee, I will say is I think technically Jubilee is now 17. Technically.
Yeah.
still not legal age.
Yeah, she ain't
No,
legal
no, I
yet,
know,
yeah.
I know, but
I
I
mean,
just,
yeah.
I love how
she's
everybody
17 now.
jumps on the, oh, she's still not legal age. We're not waiting for Tyler to finish, but no, it can't be legal yet. Go ahead,
No,
Tyler. I didn't mean to be an
There's an
ass and
episode where they
interrupt. My
talk.
fault.
I don't know. In season, is it season 3 where she's trying to hit on Longshot and she's 15,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
she lies to him and goes, I'm 18.
Yeah.
Even though she's-
Fine ass.
Yep.
Fine ass.
Women be crazy.
Now, I
Women-
do want to ask, because since this is supposed to be a continuation of the original series, correct?
Yes.
As I finished watching all 5 of the original seasons in a rewatch. Xavier didn't die.
It's a continuation, but there is time between the end of the 5th season
Well,
and the
it's
start
been
of
a year,
this
yeah,
season.
it's been a year.
So and they just mentioned that if Xavier had just died like within the past couple of weeks, because they're still running news about it.
Yep.
So
Well, they showed that it had been a year since the assassination. That's what the news said in that first episode. They said it had been a year. And so, well, yeah, he was technically assassinated. He was.
Well, now I'm sad, man. The brainiest guy of all
but he
gets
didn't
shot in the
die,
head,
though.
dude.
That's the thing, though.
Oh,
He
Doing
didn't-
the old
okay.
John Wilkes Booth.
So
Yep.
I went and does anyone remember what happens to him in that last episode?
Nope.
Or so
I'm going to honestly say I do not.
So he is dying because he was attacked by the Friends of Humanity group. They used some kind of like device that like messed up with his brainwaves and it sends him into a trance that's going to kill him. They realize that they believe that they can contact the Shahara. How's the alien race, the Shaharas? Or
Oh yeah.
Shahar.
Yeah,
They recognize that if they contact them, they might be able to save him. And so they actually go to Magneto and they're like, "Hey, I still love how Magneto's power can just do whatever it wants to. It's fine."
Right.
But they go to Magneto and they're like, "Hey, you can use your powers to amplify his brainwaves because they're magnetic, I guess." But they use it to amplify his powers to contact him in space. And sure enough, she shows up and she goes, "Hey," she goes, "You're good thing you contacted me. I certainly can save him, but he has to be in our care, so he's got to go." And so, yes, he goes with them and leaves, and that's it. But like,
And never him and Lalandra fell in love, right?
well, they fell in love early on. That's why they have that connection.
Yeah.
But like, the thing I'm wondering is, I can understand a situation where the rest of the world believes Xavier's dead. I will roll with that. But they're so far the show's like showing it off as if everyone in the X-Men believes Xavier is dead. But like, well, they all just watched him leave. He's not
but
dead.
if you listen to their wording, though, it's now that he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So now, so is it that the whole team? Is it that the team is just because there's no one there to lead them?
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of those situations where they don't know if he's going to make a recovery? Is he just going to be stuck in this permanent coma? Like in The Creator, where like the mother was just kept in a coma forever. Maybe that's why, because they don't talk about his death. They just say now that he's gone.
Well, Magneto does though, and Magneto was there.
You do see a death certificate in the first
episode. Reading the Will of Testament. He's talking about, this is what he wants when he died.
Yep, and you see the death certificate too in that first episode.
Well, but I wonder, because I mean, the death certificate would have to be created if the rest of the world was going to be under the impression that Charles Xavier died.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm not exactly understand that. But
Magneto should know that he's not dead because he helped amplify.
Yep. Because Magneto's talking about how he wants to continue Xavier's work on Earth because of his passing, and it's like, well, he didn't pass though.
We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah. So I will say I'm really I was surprised that they're going to throw the storyline in with clearly the 2 genes right at the end of episode 2.
I was going to say that the whole Cable thing, because I was like, I saw that initially and they named him, and I was like, wait a minute, that's Cable, but Cable wasn't Jean's kid. Cable was like God, I can't even remember her name. Yeah, Madeline Pryor. She's like a clone of Jean.
Yeah,
but still, and then at the end, Jean shows up. I'm like, oh, there we go. There it is.
I believe it's canon in the universe that Jean has never, well, at least we've never seen Jean pregnant
until now,
like real Jean. because we've seen that they have. It's funny because there is like I think Jean and Scott do have like 3 or 4 children, but none of them are actually like ones that we see them have. They're all like from alternate future timelines that somehow just travel back in time and meet them. Wild. But yeah, so like I knew that was coming. But I did not know that was going to be episode 2 coming. Like I did not know that was going to be like, oh shit, we're going to just dive right into it and be like,
just jump straight in, both feet.
Oh yeah,
So, am I the only person who loved Morph's impersonation of
that was
Jean?
hilarious. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm the norm.
Oh, Morph did a. That was the other thing that I noticed too. Is Morph did a whole lot of when he jumped into the different characters. There was a lot of cameos in this.
Yeah,
he had and everything.
Yeah, Psylocke, Archangel, Lady Deathstrike, Blob.
Yep.
Yeah, Colossus. I mean, there was a lot of them in there.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit! Like there we go.
You definitely get your money's worth for that subscription if you're paying for it. That's true.
Yeah,
right off the bat, Leech. Or, oh my god,
Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Walking Professor Xavier.
Walking Professor
Xavier. Yeah. Now I gotta go to Janae for a minute.
Okay.
Because y'all know that I can't stand Cyclops. I can't stand him. I hate him.
Oh, that tool.
He's terrible. He's terrible. All he did, but Janae, you seem to be impressed with what he was doing in the episode.
I was very impressed with the moves, and it's like when it sucks, it's like because animation back then, he wouldn't have been able to do those kinds of moves. I was like, dang it, they made him the moves kind of cool. He still was like, what do I do? Well, Logan, shut up! Stop being mean to me, Jean. But I was actually surprised that like he could do a drop and then do like this power land with his beam and then split all around. I was like,
that's what I said. I was like, superhero ending. Watch, he's gonna do the superhero ending.
Yeah.
Well, it's so cool.
Okay. But when he says to me, my X-Men, that just sounds really weird.
But it's really cool to finally see him be able to use his visor more than just like shooting people. Because he's using it to move his body around and to like balance. Like, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I just looked something up. What I found interesting because we were talking about voices. So the original voice of Jean Grey isn't voicing Jean Grey in this series, but she's voicing another character called Val Cooper for 2 episodes. And so the girl who's doing the voice of Jean Grey is a voice actress that was on Totally Spies and a whole bunch of other stuff, but played Jean in like a made for X-Men movie kind of thing. So I found that fascinating. Why bring back the original for a different character voice instead of
maybe the original didn't want to do the full season.
Maybe
could be. And then and that was my other problem. It's like, and I know some of these voice actors are a lot older now, so it's like they probably can't do like their original voice, and like sounds change and microphones and technology changes. Because like I could hear those hints of how Beast actually sounds and how Wolverine sounds, and Cyclops and stuff. But then it was just like, I don't know why I'm having issues with it because it's not like a full on. So I don't know if it's because it's so crisp and clean because it's better technology, and that's what
Gambit sounds do a lot on you. Yeah.
So
even Gambit sounds slightly different.
Yeah.
Voice actor
I think Gambit is one of the new ones, isn't he?
Let me look.
I think Gambit was one of the new voices. When I think Logan, Beast, and Rogue are like the 3 main ones they brought back.
And I'm sorry, the writing, some of the writing is just awful.
It's a good story, but some of the writing is a little like the way they're writing it now. It's
not the writing of the story. It's just the some of the one-liners and the one scene where they take Cyclops. No, please don't take my visor off. That's my one weakness. No, I was like, oh God, Jesus, stop!
Oh, I kind of laughed at that. That was funny.
In this too.
I laughed at it because it was stupid. That was awful.
Hey, you know what was funny? The scene where Jean is getting ready, like her baby's coming, and she's like, They're here, and Wolverine's like, who? Apocalypse?
Ooh.
The baby. Oh.
Oh, that one was good.
Oh,
That face of shit.
oh.
And I understand that Scott's the leader, but it's kind of like
I mean,
you
not
leave
always.
Logan with okay.
Yeah, Scott's the leader. He knows that Logan's got a thing for Jean. So, yeah, let's
Right?
leave Logan with Jean. That's a good idea.
I know she's pregnant and everything, but still, it's funny.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the thing is that apparently Scott's just a cuck. Scott's just a cuck for everything.
Good one, Jax. Good one.
But like, what also didn't translate well was like when Jean and Cyclops were having their little in-depth conversation, and then there was that big problem at the basketball court, and they're like, "Well, Logan made so and so run away." So it's like, well, when did he run away? Because Logan scared him in the danger room, and then all of a sudden, you guys are playing basketball. It's like. So did he run right after the danger room and you guys are like, let's play basketball, let's invite this guy. Oh, he's gone. Like,
Well, we can play anyway. That's fine.
right? And so it's like it
doesn't
didn't
matter.
make any sense. At that part, I wasn't sure of the translation on that, how that worked. Because they were already in their gear and they were already technically playing.
I bet you.
Yeah, it wasn't like
I bet
it wasn't
you
like
didn't
they were out in
notice.
street clothes. Like
Yeah.
they were in their clothes for their hoops.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
I
then-
say this? So far in the first 2 episodes, they've done a better job at showing them from costume change versus in the original series. I don't know if anyone remembers the original series, but in that, after rewatching everything, they would costume change at the most weirdest fucking times.
Yeah.
Like they would be like they would be in the middle of a fight in their regular suits, and then after they've knocked someone out, they walk over to him. The next panel shows Wolverine in like a flannel. I'm like, well, you just punched him 5 seconds ago. Why is he in a flannel now? Did you just like zip out? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in my flannel.
not
Turn
magic,
into
my
a
brother.
wardrobe change.
Yeah.
Kindness magic, my brother. Kindness
Well, and then
magic.
I also find it interesting though that because like when Rogue is out with her regular street clothes in the original first season 1, season 2, she wouldn't wear gloves all the time. But now she is wearing her gloves all the time. So it's like, okay, is she just more self-conscious about I'm gonna accidentally touch someone?
Well, you
I
know,
saw
she
her
ended up-
gloves pretty much all the time. I thought I saw.
Yeah, because like in the
But-
first shopping scene when her and Storm and stuff save Jubilee, she's not wearing gloves.
I need to go look back. I
She's
thought
just
she
wearing a
was.
purple dress and stuff. So I thought that was
Wasn't it
interesting.
a pink dress outlined in black? I think it was
Yeah.
in that first one. I wonder if they're gonna acknowledge the fact that Rogue has control of her powers now.
I don't know.
Well,
Because
this
she was
Rogue-
worried
this Rogue
that she was
doesn't.
gonna zap the baby. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
this Rogue
Yeah.
doesn't.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This is
Okay.
still
I didn't know if they were going. I didn't know if they were going
Rogue-
to take it that far in the timeline or not.
Yeah.
This is 97 Rogues. I mean,
Yeah.
Rogue here
She don't have
hasn't.
control of
doesn't have
powers
that-
yet.
Yeah,
Not yet. But she'll get.
that's,
But she'll
that's
get
still a
control.
really new thing.
But man, if Rogue got hit with that ray, she wouldn't have been sad at all, man.
No.
But she was too busy
She going,
delivering
yes.
a baby.
Yeah. Zap him and take his power so you know how to deliver the baby. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
think-
that isn't exactly a power.
That's
Well, no,
convenient.
That is canon that Rogue can take memories and thoughts from people. That's
Mhm.
canon in
Yeah.
the comic. So
But
she's
I
been able
thought
to-
she couldn't like she couldn't control what she took. She could just like absorb their energy or
Early-
whatever.
early young teenage Rogue very much
Oh.
didn't know because she would get a rush of memories and not know how to like process them. But yeah, as this version of Rogue is probably someone who's able to touch someone and understand how what she's absorbing.
There
They
you go.
took the big bell out of the opening credits too. I was disappointed about that.
The opening
I
credits
think-
rock though. I mean, I like
I mean, it
it.
was good, yeah, but I missed the bell. I like the bell.
Yeah. My thing is, I still, and don't get me wrong, I love the 97 theme. Don't get me, I love the theme 92 and 97. But as Janae knows, I still have a special place in my heart for Evolution.
Oh,
As
yeah.
far as the opening theme
That's
goes.
good. That's good.
You're right. Rogue does not have gloves on. Oh my gosh, I would love that.
She don't.
Let it be known,
No,
Tyler was
that's
wrong.
crazy. Nope, she
No,
don't.
that's crazy. You're right.
Nope.
So
Nope, she don't.
the fact that like most people here lived through the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
why is it that like half of the geek community has forgotten that every guy that had abs wore like a crop top in the 80s and 90s?
Right? Or
Yeah.
like a nice weird big suit kind of a thing.
with the big shoulders. They
Yeah,
had
with the big
the-
shoulders,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, why y'all coming at Gambit for this? This was totally a thing. Like,
Well,
you know,
I was
it's-
gonna joke that they took away her butt just to give us the abs of Gambit.
it was really funny because I was watching it with Luke, my oldest, still at home, and he was watching it, and Gambit was on there, and he says, "What is he wearing?" And I was like,
Yeah.
Normal.
"It's what they used to wear."
yeah, like any movie from like the 80s and 90s, like the really athletic, like hot jock, always at some point in time. Like there are commercials with Troy Aikman from the Cowboys in a crop top.
And
That was
short
how-
shorts,
Yes,
short
crop
shorts.
top and short shorts.
Yep.
Also, I mean, at this point, I think every X-Men's bisexual anyway, so who cares? Like,
Well, I mean,
What's up, Greg? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
having superpowers is kind of like being like an immortal. Like eventually you're just gonna get bored and just be like, oh, whatever, let me give it a shot. Like, I mean, you know,
That's news to me, Tyler.
that's news to you? Oh. I was like,
That's
I mean,
news to me,
really,
Tyler.
go back and read all those X-Men comics. I mean, like,
Mm.
they really
Well,
were.
like I was getting not worried, but like the way that Magneto was talking, I was just like, were you and Charles secretly lovers at one point?
Well, that's
With the
that's
way he
the
was
joke, right?
talking.
That's the running joke, right?
yeah, that's been a running joke for years. But
And so, but then he did the move on Rogue. I'm like, what is going on in this scene?
You know what, though?
well, let's also start with the fact that at this point in the time space continuum, this man is 120 years old.
Right?
Like,
And she's
Well,
like
even
30.
in the 90s, he's 120.
He's not 120 years old in the 90s.
But
Because he was
still,
he was like what 10 during the Holocaust.
no, but when you look at the opening scene, the year is 2053.
No, no, it's 1997.
That's why it's called X-Men 97.
Maybe they
Yeah.
did a flash forward to it because somewhere in there I saw 2053.
No,
Damn.
it's 97. I don't know what you were watching. But
But okay, so he's still 60 plus years old because he was alive during the Holocaust.
he's a ripped grandpa, okay? You know,
Like, I mean,
if you really want to get with it, go look at Mystique. How old is that woman? Oh my
yeah.
right?
god,
But
Mystique
she
is like
was
100,
60
dude.
though.
Hey, we are not gonna sit here and disrespect Mystique.
No, Mystique's amazing. Mystique's amazing.
We're
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying, if you're gonna sit here and be
disrespect
like,
that
why
is
is
Rogue's mama.
But
I know, but
she's
this
more
is like, why is
than
he so hot in his 60s? I'm like, have you seen Mystique? She fucking hot, and she's like 100.
That's Rogue's mama. We will not
But
disrespect
Mystique
Rogue
can
or her mama
morph
on this show.
are
Yeah.
shapeshifters. They can morph into whatever shape they want to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Magneto
Yes,
doesn't have
but-
that advantage.
Nope.
But it's actually, if I remember correctly in the comics, Mystique is slightly similar to Logan, where no one actually knows how old she is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of her gene, it's not necessarily just shape shifting; it slows down her aging.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, because her DNA is so unstable.
Yeah.
so like again, like Logan, because Logan's the same thing. Logan's like what at that point he's in the 90s. He's at least over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Jesus.
Which is
Yep.
why he just smokes cigars and drinks whiskey. He's like, I don't care.
Don't matter. Don't matter. But
Oh
overall,
no! He does not smoke. He has not smoked yet in this. In 97.
In 97. Not
He's
I
been
do
chomping
want-
on toothpicks.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
want to
They
see.
probably are not going to show it.
I really want to see, and I'm sure it'll come up later, how Bishop got there.
Oh, yeah,
Bishop-
we'll see that soon.
Because I'm
We'll
sure
see
we
that.
will, but I'm like Bishop. Like I'm happy to see Bishop there, but like, and they've already talked about him being a time travel, but like he wasn't there at the end of the X-Men originally. So he's just
But
there now.
didn't he stay in the Days of Future Past run?
Oh no,
in the
Days of Future Past is like season
second
2.
season?
Like it's
Yeah.
that's like they get that out of the way, and he goes back to the future.
Did he? I
Yeah,
thought
so
he stayed in.
So he goes back to the future, and then he
Mhm.
shows up 2 more times. So he shows up in season 3 during an event where the mutant virus that is about to get loose.
Oh
He has
yeah,
to
with
go back and try and
Apocalypse.
stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
And
needed
then-
Wolverine's healing factor to come up with the
Mhm.
antidote.
And then in season 4, he shows up again after getting knocked off course by Apocalypse and lost in the time stream
Yeah.
outside time and space, and had to help them stop Apocalypse in the whole mess of everything.
Damn
So
Apocalypse.
yeah, he was there, but he hasn't he hasn't been there. So I'm like, what made him come back? And he's just chilling now. Like he has a sister back in time. Like he just left his sister. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Well, he also left his Jerry curl back in time too.
he
Yeah.
got a haircut. He got a haircut. I mean,
Yeah.
Storm,
He did.
Storm,
Yeah,
he
Storm-
didn't get a
Storm
haircut.
got a
He came
haircut,
back to
too.
get a haircut.
Yeah, so got that
William.
Morlock haircut.
Yep.
William, did you appreciate that when the Sentinels detected Storm that they actually called her an Omega mutant?
Yes,
Omega-
I did.
I thought that was
Because she is
amazing.
Omega level. She is Omega level.
And
Yes.
they were like, warning, warning. Ah!
Omega level. Yep. They were scared.
I was like,
only
yes,
the
she
second,
is.
that's only the second time I've seen a robot scared. The first time was in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It was cool to get like Master Mold right out the bat, like right out the door. It's like, all right,
Yep.
we're
That was cool.
swinging hard.
That was cool.
Well, and I mean, you gotta okay. How did the first series start off with? I mean, it was Night of the Sentinels. So
Yeah,
why
yeah,
not
we didn't
take
see
this
Master
one off
Mold
with
right
a Sentinel
away, but yeah.
story too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, season 1's big bad was Master Mold, but Master Mold didn't come into play till about halfway through before they
Right.
knew he existed.
yeah. Now, if we're done, before we move on, anybody got anything else they want to say about 97?
I do have a question because I haven't rewatched everything yet. But the scientist that was working with Master Mold, like in the first season, he wasn't like he was making them, but he wasn't like a super fan
Mhm.
of killing the mutants and stuff. He just wanted to capture
You're
them
talking-
and put them somewhere else. But this one in the new season was just like, your guys are gonna die and be eliminated and blah blah. It's like, whoa,
talking about
what
Trask?
happened between season 1 and these other seasons that you changed your mind and now they're evil and need to be just destroyed?
Well, are you talking about Trask?
Yeah, the Doctor.
Isn't that who it was? I can't remember because there was Trask and someone else. I forget which the other one.
What-
Because
Trask-
Gyrick
Gyrick?
is the one that's in jail. Trask
Yeah,
is
Gyrick in jail.
Yeah.
The yeah, and here's the thing. You're right. In
Because he
season
just-
1, he doesn't have like a hard on to like kill mutants, but he doesn't like them existing. And I think over the 5 seasons, he's gotten his ass kicked so many times by the mutants, and he's made himself like
I'll just have to finish rewatching their first series then, because I was just like, whoa, why is he all like, yes, they all need to be destroyed? It's like he was like talking to Gyrick, being like, no, this is not why I helped with Master Mold and stuff. I thought we were just trying to put them all in one spot. And
Well, it's weird to see him
keep
super
tracking
go
them.
back to Master Mold because Master Mold did try to cut out, like was telling him he was going to cut out his brain and put a machine.
yeah,
in.
so
So
that was
it is interesting to see Master Mold and him working together again when he was like, I don't know if I want to become a machine.
right.
Right.
So I thought that
No,
was
the only thing I will say, I will be excited whenever they do add Mystique into it, just because I think they could do a lot more now. Now that the world's changed a little bit, I think that, obviously in the comics we've gotten some more stuff with her and Destiny and the Nightcrawler and all that stuff. I would love to see them incorporate some more of that with Rogue and all of that into play, especially if they're going to start already talking about Rogue and Magneto having a fling at one point. I really want to see like Mystique be like, shame on you going after the same man I was after. What the hell, Or
Right? I was wondering, I was like,
A lot of
where's
family
the
drama there.
timeline between when
Yeah,
she's working
yeah,
with
have Mystique and Destiny be like, shame on you. We raised you to be better than that. Be a lesbian.
Yeah.
God damn it. No.
So just to make sure I got my ducks in a row, if I want to watch this is Disney Plus, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's not that bad, Ando. Like, it's
Yeah.
not.
I'm gonna.
And-
It's on my to watch list. You guys have convinced me to watch it.
Now,
I
do
had
have a
fun.
question.
I had a blast.
Now, I do have a question for you guys. And I haven't heard anything more about this, but it comes up right now that before the show debuted, the creator of the show, Bo DeMayo, was fired. Has
Mhm.
anyone followed up on why he was fired?
Supposedly he was promoting it on his
OnlyFans.
OF page.
His
So-
OnlyFans page.
There's a lot more to that, though.
So yeah, but
It's a
that's all that I read so far.
non-explicit OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And the problem is, though, is Disney already knew he was doing that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, is Disney knew he was doing that while he was making it. They already admitted that.
Well, but here's kind of the tricky thing with a lot of companies is, while we have discussed that OF is not always explicit content, it actually started out with D&D creators
Mhm.
and a way for them to get their content out there and get paid for it.
Mhm.
But then,
music creators too, wasn't it?
yeah. So lots of it was very similar, like Kickstarter. Like not everything's explicit,
Mhm.
but then that's what it kind of got to be known for.
Mhm.
So because now it's known for and associated with more adult content.
Mhm.
And there may have been some conversations at one point of like, hey, maybe we need to stop promoting it on this. But let's face it, and here's my thing. The audience for X-Men 97 is not kids.
Facts.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's people in our 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
So promoting it on somewhere where there is a lot of adult content makes sense from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
There's a couple of stuff. One, that marketing standpoint, and even more to follow up, Disney was part of it. Disney had control of it because it was shut down because Disney had control over it. So even more so, Disney was like, they were semi okay with what was happening. I think him being fired, and who knows if it will ever come out, but I think there's maybe two strong points that might have happened. One, I really hate this, but he might have fucking stepped on someone's foot. I mean, honestly, he might have, because normally in this situation, right, you'd be like, oh, well, we left on creative differences, or we just decided to part ways and move on to new projects. No, he said, we're fired the week before the show comes out. I think he either, again, pissed off somebody higher up that he shouldn't have. I don't know why. It easily could have just been like something stupid and whatever it was, and someone's like, oh, I don't like him, fired. It could be something like that. I would hate if it was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Somebody came in and said, please, we need you to write X-Men and have it be less woke. And he's like, X-Men has always been woke. Like,
yeah. Like, easily could have been like, have you ever watched the show, dipshit, or something like that? Like, yeah. Or
what is
the
this
other
guy
option?
with cloth kind of coming out of his hands? Why is that? We don't like him.
The other option, and we've kind of seen this with a lot of other, not maybe Marvel's kind of getting this way, but I don't know if they're going to go this path. But a lot of these industries are they're realizing how much money it costs to be when they hire somebody who is dedicated, and we've already known that this creator was dedicated to making X-Men good because he wanted to hire only people who loved X-Men. He wanted to make sure people was excited for this, and we've seen this in multiple situations when companies hire people who are super dedicated to the name, to the project. They tend to have pushback because they want to cut corners, they want to change things, they want to do stuff. I mean, we saw this with The Witcher with Henry Cavill. We see this, these companies are trying to do that, and so I think more often than not, if they are dealing with somebody that they're like, okay, well, we want to change this because maybe we want to promote something, or we want to cut corners because we want to slide in some new celebrity to push. I don't know, whatever bullshit. These creators will push back and be like, well, no, because you gave me the rights to do so, and I'm telling you I'm not going to let you do it. And so when that happens, there's friction. And so the second a contract has the availability to be renewed or cut, they cut it. They slice it because they're like, I'm not going to deal with this guy because they're making my life harder. We just want to cut corners and make a show. We don't give a shit about being accurate. We don't care about making sure everything's right. We just want to make a show. And so, unfortunately, that could be the issue.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows if we'll find out? Maybe one day. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. All right.
When the government releases the files.
Release the files.
Screw it. I'm going undercover. I'll find out why you got fired.
Yeah, go on.
While we're at it, can we change Scott Summers to stop being such a pussy?
Yeah.
Scott is the most
I
boring
didn't
of the
figure out
summer.
anything.
That's his
I
character
didn't-
development.
I didn't figure out anything. I just said that Scott should be stop being less of a pussy, and they fired me. So
Scott,
There's
okay,
a Facebook
you know how much
group
Scott
out there.
Scott's
There's a
dad.
Jean Grey. I'm part of the Jean Grey Facebook group, and one of the rules in that group, if you say anything negative about Scott Summers, they kick you out.
Really?
Wow. I'm like, really?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You kicking folks out? Oh, okay.
Cat will just join us to say, Gina Ho,
There you go.
Scott's whooped. I'm out.
Amen.
Scott is the most
Yeah, now,
boring summer. I mean, his dad became a space pirate and freaking the Starjammers. That's a dope name.
Yeah.
Starjammers is so dope.
Yeah.
It is so
Havoc is dope.
Anytime your dad is cooler than you, you got some issues, man.
Well, and his dad was also in love with the wolf woman, so.
Hey, you know what?
That's true.
She wasn't bad looking. She wasn't.
No.
Nah, she wasn't. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on because I got another question. And Tyler, we're gonna come back to you again. There seemed to be a thing going on TikTok, and I was looking at, for those who don't keep up on TikTok, there's a real big, huge comic book side of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
People like King and Queen Lion, Abyss, comics related, people like that, and
Red Panda,
and and Abyss said something that got debunked, but Abyss is still standing by it. Because when you go back, the difference between Batman and Captain America, one is the other
the
other is perfection. And what Abyss doesn't, and Abyss is trying to say that Batman is on Captain America's level in terms of physical, on the physical side. This isn't a case of who beats who. This is just a case of
who can bench press higher, who can
Yeah, I don't think so.
Who can
last
lift
long on
more?
treadmill.
Who would be basically the better athlete? So it's peak versus perfection, because we all know Cap has a super soldier serum, and he doesn't
not wearing
tire.
hockey pants.
He doesn't tire. You can't get him drunk. There's really nothing. There's really nothing you could do in terms of matching him unless you're a mutant or your own superhuman.
Which Batman is not.
And what these Batman guys are understanding, because they love bats so much, they think that bats is on that level physically.
No.
It's frustrating, because if you go back and look at the comics and look at the feats of Batman and Cap, it's two different things. I mean, we got Cap stopping helicopters with his bare hands.
Yep.
We got Cap ripping apart freaking wings off airplanes to fight Bucky, and Bucky's doing the same freaking thing. I mean, I don't understand these.
If you want to, my thought on all of this is, if you want to pair Batman up with somebody to duke it out from the Marvel universe, he's Iron Man. He is the Iron Man of the Marvel universe. He
brains
is
versus brains.
He is a rich billionaire who has money that has all the cool little gadgets and toys and things like that. But again, Batman is muscle. That I think he has been described as muscles on top of muscles. So yes, he has the physical prowess, whereas Iron Man or Tony Stark just has a metal suit. So
I was thinking more of the lines, if you wanted Batman to go and get somebody in Marvel, I thought Daredevil might be.
Daredevil would be a good one. Yeah,
Daredevil would be there, or maybe Crossbones.
Well, here's the thing though. Like, I went, after you taught me this, I went and watched all the TikToks I could possibly find on this whole storyline, and so I will give it to you that there is a decent stalemate. Like, an argument can easily be made for a fight between these two, because they are both pretty great fighters. They're both pretty great, like, at what they do. And it goes back to this joke that Stan Lee would make. Who would win this fight? Well, whoever's writing the book. But if you're talking about peak physical form, you're not technically talking about a fight. You're talking about who's bench pressing the most, who's gonna last the longest on a treadmill. Yeah, no, hands down, Steve Rogers takes it by, because that's just something that's part of who he is. It's the super soldier serum makes him be that way. It's not something that, like, Batman's like, oh, well, I can train to be better. Your body has a limit.
Yeah,
it's gonna hit that limit, and so
that's important.
Yeah, and so Batman's great, and I get it. People will be like, oh, well, Batman's taking on Solomon Grundy, and I'm like, okay, dipshit Hulk who can't think, process quickly, and he can deep around and do stuff. Yeah, he didn't go toe to toe with him in a fight. He didn't deck him and take him down. No, what did he do? He found a way to get around him and knock him out, or he found a way to build an armor suit to take him out. Like, he didn't take him on just by like going toe to toe. You know, it's
He strategized.
Yeah, and here's the thing: what's funny is people often forget, and they don't see this too often, especially in the movies. You don't see it, but Captain America is actually considered a very like intelligent strategist. It's part of who he is. So it's like if people go, oh well, Batman's such a good strategist. So is Captain America. Like he always has been.
That was part of why they picked Cap, is because he didn't have the physicality, but he was smart as can be.
Well,
and he didn't give up. He had a heart.
He's made a reference to that is kind of become. I don't know if it was like canon day one of the comics, but it is something that has grown into the comics over the years. The super soldier serum they give him just makes what's inside of him stronger. It's not. It doesn't give him all these abilities. It just takes what's inside of him and makes it better. So this pure person of like goodness who's trying to be a good person who just wants to do the right thing, it just made it better and it enhanced it and it made it that way. And that's what made Captain America this way. That's why, you know, Red Skull becomes kind of like this shitty person because it made him more shitty because he was already an asshole piece of shit. And so I would almost argue, and this is, I hate to say it, but I would almost argue that if Bruce Wayne had gotten the super soldier serum back in the early days of like young Bruce Wayne, he would have more likely turned out like Red Skull because simply the fact that early Bruce Wayne was not about justice. It was about vengeance and punishing the wrong.
In the night.
Beat the shit out of someone.
Batman.
Yeah, and so he most likely he has that anger and rage inside of him. He more likely would have ended up like Red Skull. That's who he would have ended up being. Versus Cap had never carried that rage with him. He always carried this idea of hope, this idea of not letting people push you around and just try to be a good person. And that's why he became who he is. That's why Captain America Steve Rogers is such a freaking character. That's why I love him to the day I die. Hope, man.
I think too, you know, you had mentioned Stan Lee said whoever's writing the book, and the last convention that I went to, I actually bought something that I haven't read since like the mid 90s. They did DC versus, they did do a run of DC versus Marvel, and it was like a four shot run, and I got all four episodes, all four issues. I was so excited, but they left it to a fan vote. And honestly, I mean, you had Superman beating Hulk, you had Batman beating Captain America, but I looked at all of the main event ones, and if you read those, it was like, well, who was popular at the time? That's who wins in the fan vote, because Superman beats Hulk because guess what? Superman had a cartoon show on at the time, and Hulk was kind of like he was just there. Batman beat Captain America because Batman the Animated Series was on at the time, and that was huge. Now you had Storm beating Wonder Woman because guess what? The X-Men TV show was on at the time, and that was huge, and that was popular. It was a popularity vote. I challenge anyone to say if they reran that today, you know, just as a popularity vote, who's going to win? A lot of those fights would turn out a lot different.
My only issue with that series, some of it made no sense because when you go back and look at it, when Superman beat the Hulk, it wasn't the Hulk we know today. I think it was Gray Hulk.
It was Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk. Yeah, it wasn't the Hulk we know today. So that's why I sort of kind of thought we got cheated.
Well, that, and you've got Spider-Man beating the crap out of Superboy. Yeah, and I'm like,
it was Superboy. It was Superboy. Yeah.
Actually, though,
and don't forget, you also had Captain Marvel versus Thor. Then you had at the end Darkseid versus Thanos. Then you had Wonder Woman versus Storm in that. And I never got that one.
Wonder Woman and Storm.
Yeah, I never got that.
You had to have two strong female leads, and that's what that was.
But I always thought it should have been Rogue.
Yeah, but Storm's the Omega level mutant. So
She is.
I mean, if you have to do female versus female, sure. I would say Wonder Woman kind of matches up with Thor real nicely, or it's Thor versus Aquaman would be the fight that you'd have.
You had
Well,
Cat.
Aquaman was already fighting somebody because he fought Submariner.
He fought Submariner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got a will to just plop on Submariner and knock his ass out. Plop.
Now,
I will say for people out there who's watching, if this all sounds really cool, you guys can get excited because actually this summer, all of those are being for the first time ever put into paperback for the first time.
You also need to go.
really.
And if
Yeah,
it,
And I just spent all the money buying all those stupid comics, and now it's going to be in a trade paperback. It's going to wait it.
coming out on trade.
I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, but no, this is the big deal. No. So all Marvel versus DC, as well as because there's the Marvel versus DC. There is a team up with X-Men and Teen Titans.
Don't forget Justice League and Avengers.
Yeah.
There's that, but well, the Justice League Avengers I think was already paperback. I think.
Okay.
But the other one is
But if you hadn't read Justice League and teaming up with Avengers, if you hadn't read those 4 books, you need to go read those.
Well, and I'll say also the is it Amagam or Amagam or
the Anagram universe.
all of that. All of that, the omnibus is coming out for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
And they've never done that before, ever.
Hey, because in that one, you had a lot of them crossover. You had Superman crossover,
It's
Captain
like
America.
$220.
It was the big one was Wolverine and Batman crossing over because I looked at getting just that one, the Legend of Dark Claw.
That's the only one you needed.
Dude, that book is worth a ton.
That's
See,
the
that
only
was
one
the,
you needed.
Remember
the
that
Legend
they
of Dark
made-
Claw.
They combined Punisher and Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Oh, Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate. Doctor
Yep.
Fate.
The trade fate. Yep.
Spider-Man and Superboy.
Hey, and don't forget. And the reason why I say you need to go read Justice League versus the Avengers, it's funny as all get out when you see Flash in a Marvel universe and he has no Speed Force to pull off of.
Oh, I haven't read that.
No,
I didn't know that.
No speed because there's no Speed Force in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So when he gets over there, he's like, because he makes it back over to his universe. They want to go back. Flash says, I don't do so well over there, so I'm gonna stay over here.
You know, like, that Quicksilver guy keeps making fun of me when I say Speed Force.
I'm gonna stay over here. But yeah, go read it. Definitely go read. But man, because the one that didn't make sense to me was Wolverine versus Lobo, and Wolverine won because Lobo's immortal.
But again, X-Men had the comic, had the TV show on, and Lobo was kind of like a third-rate Superman villain at that point.
Yeah,
So it was like nobody knew who Lobo was, but it's like, oh, Wolverine's on TV. Let's vote for him because we know who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
So
my recommendation for you guys out there, you can't afford $220 for an omnibus, like me. Go talk to your local library and ask them.
Tyler, you got it, man.
Yeah.
You got it, Tyler. We know you got it, man. Come on.
For
now.
the Amagam or Amagam.
You got that secret
Amagam.
$220.
$220.
You got
I think it was $220 when it was for pre-order.
I'd rather just go buy because it was only one issue for each one of them.
Yep. It was only
but it's all, no. Some of them got a second issue.
Oh,
Some of them got a second, but yeah, all the issues in one omnibus.
Y'all don't
does that probably includes the DC versus Marvel then too, right? Does that include the lead up?
I'll look for it and send it.
Yeah. I'm
Y'all
curious.
don't listen to Tyler. Y'all know Tyler got that secret stash under his pillow at the house. You know he got a secret stash. You ready?
I'm starting my Kickstarter for it right now. Or my GoFundMe, I should say. Sorry, my GoFundMe.
Yeah.
GoFundMe. Let's go.
Tyler,
go.
stop lying. They talked about OnlyFans, and now you got to promote your OnlyFans.
Yeah, Tyler's on OnlyFans.
That's all that is.
You know it.
That's all that is.
Look at this cover spread of this comic book I got.
How do you think I pay for all my Power Ranger morphers? Come on, guys.
OnlyFans.
I don't have like 6 or 7 morphers for no reason, guys. Come on.
Okay, I have one more question, and then we'll go to Janae and Diamond. And this is for the ladies. Because I know I've been pro guy. So this is for the ladies of the group. If you could put an anime character, an anime male, to date her, who you picking?
Me.
Anime character?
A male anime character to date Supergirl, who you picking?
I don't know. Half the male anime characters I know are crazy and
Yeah.
not stable.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
They're sex-driven
like-
perverts.
They're-
most of the ones like I'm watching,
Yoshi.
most of the anime like guys I'm watching are like too into getting stronger and trying to beat everybody up, or like on their own journey, like to like break a curse or something for their family, or try to help their family. They're not gonna even like blink an eye and be like, oh, there's a girl. Whatever.
Dude. Krillin.
I actually believe.
Yeah,
because
Krillin
of
would.
that- yeah, I would say actually
Krillin.
because of that, I would say maybe Vegeta, because Vegeta would be
Really?
so hard pressed in being better than her, and then she'd be like, "Cool, I finally met somebody who's my match. You want to go eat some food?" And Vegeta would be like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go get some food."
All right. So
By the way, you look really good in that blue outfit. I wear blue stuff too. Just take it off. Blue's my color. What? I
Alright,
checked
so
my
I can go.
outfit.
I have blonde hair sometimes too, you know.
All right, I'm gonna bring up one more person. If you can find a male anime character
Mhm.
to date her, who would you pick?
Me.
Is this like that TikTok like this is not an eye test, this is the gay
Oh,
test.
what
Is
if
it
like
a gem or
per
a B?
se.
See?
Dude, guts.
or Baki?
Oh, I like Baki. I like the
Yeah?
Baki one.
Or
That's a good
Baki's
one.
dad, because
What about
that,
Goku?
that outfit looks way too painted on.
No, Goku's too concerned about like trying to become the strongest, because like he got tricked into being married to
The
Chi-Chi.
boat, the boat.
Yeah, 'cause he thought it was
Gigi, I
food.
mean, yeah.
Because
I
was
and all
gonna
that.
say,
So,
he-
so
he's-
not like Goku.
Yamcha. There we go.
I think he's too.
Yamcha should feel me more stronger than him.
Did you say Yamcha?
Yeah, he said Yamcha.
I think
said
he's
Yamcha.
too. I think he's
Alright,
too
yo.
attached or scared of Chi-Chi to even try something like that. So
Right.
or maybe like Goten.
Hmm.
I think
Hold on.
Goten. I think Goten is too young.
No,
Oh,
and
Han?
like GT.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Vegeta would never have time. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. So let's go ahead. Janae, do you have any
Oh,
anime?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just thought of something.
What you
Released
see?
for Supergirl, it would be Roy Mustang because she is wearing a mini skirt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, also Wonder Woman technically is too. So
yeah, Wonder Woman's not wearing any skirt.
she's not wearing a skirt
Yeah.
here, but sometimes she wears like a skirt thing. So yeah, Roy for both of them because he wanted all the women in mini skirts. So
There you go. Man, see, if we were in a different time, Johnny Bravo would be so good for either one of them.
Oh yeah, look at
Oh.
ladies. How you doing over here?
Yeah,
Check this
yeah,
out. I got those muscles
you know
right
what
here. Look at
sucks
this
is they
hill.
would never.
be so good for both of them.
I don't think they're ever gonna remake Johnny Bravo.
I don't think they would
Johnny-
either.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
dude,
I
it's
think-
here.
I found
pulled
his
up that
cartoon
Johnny Bravo was
hilarious
like
as a kid.
17.
Huh?
It's like he would be so
Someone went back and looked.
so
Johnny Bravo's like
opposed to
17.
every female out there now.
Johnny Bravo was supposed to be like 17 or 18. So like they always joke like this
Really?
guy was always
in his 20s?
no. Someone went back and pulled up like he's supposed to be a 17, 18-year-old character hitting on these like
And, he did
30-year-old
live
mom.
with, and that's a good point,
That's
Tyler,
funny.
because he did live with his mama.
yeah.
Oh, look,
He's
ladies.
supposed to be like 17, 18 years old is how old he's supposed
Yo.
to be.
Oh.
Yo, William.
That's it's even cringier to know that.
Hey,
he
William,
did
I
live
don't.
with his mom. So
I mean, that doesn't mean he's not like 35.
Yo, William,
Yeah.
I don't like that you're talking about me like that, man. Why you gotta disparage my name like
I
that?
gotta talk about mama like that. Come
You
on.
can't be talking to me
Mama.
like that, Will. I'll come up there and smack that hat off your head. Oh yeah.
You would.
And then after that,
You would.
I'll slide in
You
over
would.
there
So
in the
you-
cat's
you
window
gonna-
and be
you
like,
gonna
"Yo,
need
cat, what's up?"
You're gonna need the
Tell me what's
Powerpuff
up.
Girl. Come over here. You better pack a sandwich and some lunch because you're gonna need the Powerpuff Girls to save your ass.
Buttercup coming in right now.
You need Buttercup to save your ass.
Yo, they're too busy fighting on a monkey, not my monkey. Maybe it was my monkey. I don't know what monkey they're playing with, but they're playing with some monkeys over there.
Too busy playing with Mojo. Too busy playing with
And then-
Mojo.
And then you send Johnny Bravo through the wall, and you'd be like, "Yo, I messed with the wrong man over here. Those
Most
motherfuckers
of JoJo would be smart enough that he heard this whole thing. He's like, nope, I'm good. I'm going home. I'm not going to be a part of this. Nope,
Yep.
You win. It's okay. I'm gone.
Which I'm
I
going
got more
home.
important
I
things
go
to
home.
deal
And
with.
I
I'm
don't
not
have to go to
touching
jail
this.
for once.
Yeah.
All right, Janae, what anime news you got for us, if any?
Well, one I'm excited about so far. There's no release dates or anything, but there was over in Japan, it was like a convention. It was called Anime Japan, and they announced and revealed a teaser for a show that I really, really enjoy, Natsume Yujincho, which is Natsume's Book of Friends. And the 7th season is going to be, they've dropped the title. I don't know when the 7th season is going to start, but it's Natsume Yujincho Sichi. And there was a promotional video that dropped, but the site that I was on, it was blocked, so I don't know if it's because it hasn't dropped, the promotion video hasn't dropped over in America yet, and so that's why I couldn't find it. But the anime is also celebrating its 15th anniversary, which I find fascinating because I've only found this anime a few years ago, and we watched it at least 6 times so far on Crunchyroll. And
Damn.
yeah, over the past 5 or 6 years. So I don't know if Crunchyroll just hadn't obtained it like earlier or not. But I am excited for the next season to drop because like season 6 I just recently watched like just 2 years ago. So
Janae, I'm gonna say this with the best heart that I can. I don't know if I trust your anime decision. You like Food Wars.
this is nothing like Food Wars. You are okay.
You said that about Food Wars, and then I hear people moaning in my ear.
I warn people about Food Wars. I always warn people. I'm like, it's very fan service based. You cannot watch it in mixed company, and you should watch it with headphones on. I've always said that.
It still scarred me. That's what I'm saying. And it still scarred me.
Y'all keep talking about it, and I'm gonna have to go watch it now. I'm actually trying to find out where it.
Yes, Jack's Law. Yes, sir. Jack's Law hit the head. He hit the nail right on the head. Soto 11. Ooh, boy. That Soto 11 is good. Y'all need to go check that out. Thank you, Jack.
Janae's not judging your porn addiction, so why are you judging her? I mean, come on. You don't keep shame here. Come on.
This is the Geek Gauntlet Podcast, not the Sex Gauntlet Podcast. We need to keep it PG.
No, but
you can
give it another like
60 crossover, okay? That's
equally
okay.
Triple G.
We just talked about
and no Geek Gauntlet have to go after dark.
Yeah, like give us 30 minutes and we can transition that.
Absolutely. Let's go. Geek Gauntlet after dark, baby. Let's go.
Yes.
If you want me to give you like a quick rundown of this anime, it's nothing like Food Wars whatsoever.
Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, it's basically this boy. He gets bounced around throughout his young life, and he's 15 or 16 for his family. He can see yokai, which are demons, and he is with like this basically like family that's like a cousin of a cousin of a cousin. And so he finds out that his grandmother used to live in this town that he's living in with this this couple. And he finds a book. And this book is technically called the Book of Friends. And his grandmother had gone around beating yokai up, taking their names and putting them in this book. And so once you have obtained the yokai's name, you can summon them and they do whatever you want.
Ooh.
And so he gets mistaken for his grandma all the time because it's the same scent, because she could see yokai too. And so the only way to release the yokai's name is he rips it out of the page, folds it, puts it in his mouth, says the name of the yokai in his mouth and says, "I release you," and blows in it, and the name floats out of the paper and returns to the yokai, and then they're set free. So he's going through all that and then meeting people that also can see yokai and things like that and learning their struggles and stuff. So it's an amazing show.
Okay.
So it's kind of more of like a drama, but not like, and there's not like the random like, oh my god, big eyes and things like that kind of anime style that you get, and there's not really fan service or anything like that. I just consider it like kind of wholesome.
We're gonna have a show where I want to do a show. I do want to do a show where we talk about anime and it's so prevalent today that it wasn't yesterday. Is it something that's still needed? It's a show on its own, but I'd like to discuss that because I think there's some anime out there that has fan service that doesn't need it. I think High School of the Dead, but I love Rios, love Akano, don't need the fan service. I think the storyline in itself will keep you involved. Same thing with High School of the Dead. Who doesn't like a good zombie action anime? I don't think it's needed there either. So
I think they're kind of against the Dragon Ball Z.
What it has in it.
It don't. Tyler, go back and look. It doesn't need it.
I know. I'm trying to watch it, but I'm struggling so hard because the fan service is so well.
It doesn't need it.
It's bad.
It doesn't need it.
So bad.
It doesn't need it. It really doesn't. It can fallen angels, angels, devils.
The cool battle armor they're getting, like that's cool.
It can stand. It can stand on its own 2 feet. It doesn't need now. Testament of System New Devil. It's his cousin needs it because the storyline is boring as hell. But High School DxD doesn't need it. All right. Anything else you want to talk about on the anime side of things, Janae?
A comic, the magazine. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Shuzasha V Jump announced as of Thursday for the May issue. They are going to suspend or put on hiatus for starting from now until they announce it. The Dragon Ball Z Super manga because of his Akira's passing. So they didn't say when they will like take the hiatus off because they took a hiatus I think back in April of like 2022 for a while too, because I know he was also having health issues then.
From the manga.
Yeah, from the manga. Not from the so they're doing
Not
that
from
right
Hero, but from the manga itself,
And then
Go ahead, sorry.
Right.
And then the only other thing I thought was kind of cool was Toyota made a working motorcycle of William, I don't know how to pronounce that Pokemon.
Miraidon.
From Violet.
Miraidon. Yep.
Miraidon. And I thought that was pretty badass.
Yeah,
So I haven't picked up my Violet. I haven't picked up Violet in like 6 months.
Wait, Janae's got a Switch and I don't have her as a friend?
Yeah, she's got a Switch and a game. It ain't done nothing with either one of them.
Janae.
But my daughter and my husband have played both more than me.
Yes,
Janae.
It's the whole family life.
Janae.
Bruh.
We only have two, and they're usually playing them at the same time.
She got the game Endo.
And then by the time that they're done playing, the batteries are both dead.
We ain't got her friend code. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. I got a Switch. You got a Switch. Diamond got a Switch. She got her friend code. IGN, nothing.
Janae.
Should have never said anything, Janae.
Yeah.
I'll slink away in my corner now.
No.
Chat.
If I got to lasso you
It's
to
time
keep
for me
you at
to
the
hit the
screen,
old
that's
best
what I'm going to do. Janae.
She got the
Sweet
freaking game.
Janae.
Yeah,
You've been holding
got the
out.
first badge yet.
yeah, I haven't got nothing.
I will say
You've been
it's
holding
kind of
out.
cool seeing how many businesses are doing anime stuff right now, because Toyota and McDonald's are both doing a bunch of anime
Yeah, the
commercials
McDonald's thing.
Yeah.
Now,
It's kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see all that, because I know the other day I saw something. I was I was at the gym and the TVs are on, and I start seeing this advertisement for something anime. I'm like, oh, what's that? I start looking like, oh, it's McDonald's. Never mind. I know. I'm like, oh, what is that? I'm kind of intrigued. What? Oh, okay.
I find I still want to know if it's technically considered an oxymoron that they're saying manga comics, because manga means comics.
True.
Yes, it's the joke.
It's like saying ATM machines.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pin number.
this is the joke that they make in the Spider-Verse. You know, why do you say chai tea? It's like you're saying TT.
I know.
TT, yeah.
I've tried that. Because I've said that because my mother-in-law drinks chai tea, and I was like, but chai means tea, and she's like, no, it isn't. It's this. It's like, okay.
It's one of those Western things that people trip over that no one processes.
Janae be asking those like those end of the universe type of questions.
Right?
You know, those little questions at the end, like the Great
Will.
Sphinx questions.
Will, it is the end of the universe because Janae ain't gave us her damn friend code yet.
But we ain't got a friend code. Nobody.
I tried to save you, Janae. I tried to change the subject, but I
will
couldn't.
ask my husband where the switch is at, and I will ask him
We ain't
where
got a
I
friend.
can find my friend code, and I will put it in the chat.
Man, last year, hey, Ando, last year I asked Janae to help me with a trade. And she
I forgot about that. I'm so sorry.
Will, you mean to tell me that I got Pokemon Violet or I got Pokemon Scarlet and helped you with trades before Janae did, and Janae had it longer than I did?
Yep.
I technically, you just don't have a strong enough Pokeball to get her code. You got to try harder. You got to get a strong enough Pokeball or something, and you got to
Tyler.
Try.
First things first. This is the Geek Gauntlet podcast, not Geek Gauntlet After Dark. I'm gonna keep it PG. Trust me, I've been trying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you haven't been. Oh, yeah, I forget. Tyler wasn't here when I did this, but Cat was and Diamond was. I created a whole Pokemon off Janae.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that out.
Yeah, she's Janae too, and I
gotta catch them all.
I got a quit ball up here on my desk with her name on it.
Do I need to do the voice? Because I might get smacked later.
You need to do the voice.
Hold on. Before you do the voice, Will, if we gave this picture of Janae that she's using for her avatar, if we gave that picture to Princess Diana and Diana had to pair her up with a Pokemon, which Pokemon would she pair up with?
Oh, Janae. Diana already said what her favorite Pokemon was. Espeon.
No. If we took Janae's picture and gave it to Princess Diana to pair her with the Pokemon.
For her, it'd be a fairy. I know it'd be a fairy Pokemon for Janae.
I was gonna say it'd be like Roserade or something.
Carnivore. I don't know why, but I am getting Arcanine feelings from that picture.
Oh, Arcanine. Mm-hmm.
Nah, she wants a fairy
dog. What are you trying to say?
She wants a fairy type.
No, come on. Arcanines are very loyal.
What about Hitmonchan? Yes,
Hitmonchan.
and then I get socked in the face, and then I have no chance with Janae. You know what? I'm done. Thank you.
What he's talking about, and what he's talking about, guys, because I had two done. That's me with Snorlax.
That's pretty cool.
And then this is me with my favorite, Lucario.
Yep, your boy Lucario.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, those are freaking. Yeah. I still haven't reached out to her to ask for those yet. So
damn, dude.
If I reach out, would you do a Yu-Gi-Oh or a Digimon for me instead of Pokemon?
Yeah, she'll do a custom.
Everyone knows Digimon were way cooler than Pokemon anyway.
Oh no, don't get well started, man.
That's some bullshit.
I'm sorry. Are we canceling Tyler now?
I take that back. The thing about this, and I've said this on this show before, the thing I hate about Digimon is not the Digimon. The thing I hate about Digimon is the damn Digi-Destin. I can't stand them.
I'm with you there.
I can't stand them.
With you there.
Go give Mimi some food, man. Fuck Mimi.
Sorry, but if you could have a pet dinosaur who like evolved into a pet dinosaur with a giant Gatling gun and a rocket,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
The only reason I would say is that's cool is if my boss showed up to work and I can get him to eat my boss. Totally would be.
Yeah. When your pet dog can turn into a submarine that has missiles in it, that's kind of cool. I'm just gonna go with that.
That's kind of cool. All right, real quick. Let me head over to Diamond real quick. Thank you, Janae. Dom, what video game news you got for us?
So Max Payne 1 and 2 remake are on the same budget level as Alan Wake 2, with their budget being like $75 million.
Okay.
People must like Max Payne, I guess.
I guess.
Yo, Max Payne was some dope ass games, dude.
It was, yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
But I almost have to wonder, with waiting this long for it though, is it gonna have the same appeal?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. First off, it's a Rockstar game. Rockstar games always have
That's
appeal.
true.
Even look at look at the trilogy that Grand Theft Auto came out with their trilogy with San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 3, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
you're comparing Grand Theft Auto to Max
Payne.
Payne.
It's still a Rockstar game, man. That's why I did it. Rockstar fans are loyal to their games.
I'm gonna go look for a shitty Rockstar game right now while you're talking. I'm gonna go look.
There are not.
I
mean, never mind.
Hold on. There's a R, not a, like, just like an NR rated one. I will hit you up in chat. I'll find a really bad one for you.
Isn't it the Red Dead Redemption game that before Red Dead Redemption came out?
I just found 10 worst Rockstar games according to the Metacritics. 10 Smuggler's Run. 9. What is this? Grand Theft Auto the trilogy was? Wow. For the Switch. 6 State of Emergency. Wow. There's some bad ones on here. No.
Yep. All right, Diamond, what were you saying?
Sorry.
Well, also, Capcom addresses Dragon's Dogma 2 Steam backlash. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience.
They make me sick, man.
With the microtransactions for day one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's killing me.
Is that a Cabbage Patch Kid's head exploding on his?
It's a Garbage Pail Kid.
Garbage Pail Kid.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail
Okay.
Kid.
Oh my god.
Adam Bomb.
And then what's it? Oh, Larian Studios won't make Baldur's Gate 3 DLC expansions or Baldur's Gate 4. They're going to leave the IP to, I forget what it's called, Publishers Wizard of the Coast hands, and leave out. They're going to separate themselves from Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Yeah, they're done with that. They've like we done. We want to work on other stuff, and we are tired of Wizard of Coast firing everybody that we worked with.
Oh my gosh. That's like saying if I forgot what their company, but they're known for making Bloodborne and every other Soulsborne game. If they like stop making those type of games, it's like, what you gonna do now?
Finally rejoice, because then I have games that I don't have to buy because I'm absolutely trash at them.
Well,
Dude, I tried to play Bloodborne. Here's how bad I am. I worked at GameStop when I tried Bloodborne, and I purposely tried to complete the first level before I said the system could be brought in, and I could not beat the game. And the dude's just looking at me like, you work at GameStop and you can't even beat the first fucking guy I could not even beat. That is how bad I am at those games.
I mean, everyone gets really humbled when they say they talk a big game about trying to beat Bloodborne or something. As soon as they get to the first boss of Father Gascoigne, it's over.
Yeah, no, like, to anybody that can sit there and beat the first guy, not even the first boss, the first guy in Bloodborne.
Or the optional boss.
No, like, I couldn't even beat the first guy. The first guy. Like, you get your sword, you make your avatar, you walk up to the first guy. I can't beat him. You're talking trash, stinky trash, TRASH. That is me at Bloodborne. And Demon Souls. And Dark Souls.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
And Lords of the Fallen.
I'm
Elden
with
Ring.
you, Ando.
And Sekiro Shadow died twice.
Yep. That's why I haven't played that one. Nope.
That's all I have.
Cool.
I will add on real quick. South Park comes out next week. South Park Snow Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I am pissed off because it's only available on PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox One Series S and X, which I do not have.
I have a PS5.
I'm looking at
You
you,
do.
Xbox One S. Fuck you.
Yeah, we all got
You can't play it.
PS5s here, Ando.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am disappointed.
Come on,
because
Ando. What's the deal? You ain't got a PS5 yet? What's
Yeah, they're
No,
getting
I
ready
believe in not
Ando,
putting
they're
my
getting
money
ready to
in
drop the
garbage.
PS6. Come on.
I
yeah?
don't believe in putting my money in garbage. I just got a PS4 that I'm still finishing paying it off on because my brother technically bought it. And I only got that because of Legend of Dragoon, because that is by far the best RPG game ever in the history of
Ando's taking a
RPGs.
loan out to get his PS4. He's
I'm sorry, Will. What did you say, Will? No, you take that back, sir. We finally find something we disagree on.
I don't know about that.
Dude, name an RPG that's
I
better
don't
than.
know about that.
Name an RPG that's better than Legend of
You
Dragoon.
mean to tell me you'll take that over any Final Fantasy game?
Fucking 100 times out of 100 times.
I don't know.
Get out.
Over
Which game is it
7?
you're saying,
I
Andrew,
was
you
like,
like?
there's the door.
Dude,
William,
hold on.
remove him from the middle. He's not allowed anymore. Yeah.
You know what? As long as you keep
Seven
this-
was a masterpiece, Ando. I will fight to the
Okay,
death
what-
on it. I don't care
what
how
number?
crappy the
Over
graphics
Final
were.
Fantasy
It was
7?
amazing.
Hold on, Janae. What number?
Over Final Fantasy
7.
7.
Okay, so
I get
7 was
10-2.
amazing.
10-2 was trash, but 7?
7 was amazing. 10 was great. But I find myself going back to Legend of Dragoon over Final Fantasy 7. There's just
I
something
can't
about the
do
story.
it.
Dude, and you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. Respectfully, Final Fantasy has built their legacy on all of the games that they have.
Mhm.
Legend of Dragoon is a single game. I wish that they would make a sequel to Legend of Dragoon. That is what I've been waiting on since 1999 when that PlayStation game came out. Dude,
Oh, but you know what though, and I found this out only just because there was really nothing I wanted on the PS5, but I found out. Guess what? PS5 plays the PS4 games, so
Yep.
you could have got the PS5 and still played your Legend of Dragoon on.
I could have. Dude, again, I don't have an Xbox One X or S, so I'm still. I can make that decision real quick if I wanted to, but no.
You know
To
what
tell
I
you
can
the
play on my
truth,
PS5? Spider-Man 2.
But I think
could.
7. But I'm sorry, but no,
Dude,
if
and
you don't rag on 10-2, I got you because 10-2 at the end of the day was just
dude,
fun.
I'm not.
But at the end of the day, it was
saying-
trash. But
I'm not
7 and 10.
saying that. I'm not saying that the Final Fantasy games are bad, right? I mean, it is like comparing. It's like comparing a Granny Smith orange or a Granny Smith apple to a Red Delicious apple. Some people like that sweet and sour taste that the Granny Smith apple has. I like the juiciness of the Red Delicious. I will play Final Fantasy 7. I have it downloaded on my Xbox. But like I said, to me, when it comes to the RPG, I get drawn back to Legend of Dragoon because it's that one that tugs me in closer.
It's 7 for me. When I go back and want to play
you
an
know
old
what?
school RPG, it's 7 for me.
And you know what? Cloud is a badass character. I wish I could carry the Buster Sword like Cloud.
Yeah.
I liked Mario RPG and Paper Mario. So
Hey, Mario
That's
RPG.
what Mario. That's
down
what
right,
Mario
dude.
was straight.
Yeah.
What I do like about Final Fantasy is they always try to sneak in a character named Sid in every single
game.
one of their games,
Every
and I
game.
find that hilarious.
Yep.
I love it, and it's never like the same kind of thing. It's like, okay, where's Sid?
On a side note, I just want like Xbox to remake Blue Dragon.
Yes.
I need that to be a thing.
There is one Rockstar game that I would love for to be remade, and I don't know if they're going to touch it anytime in my lifetime, and that is Midnight Club.
Dude, yeah, they do need to make
Midnight Club Los Angeles.
You know,
if you could bring that
what
back,
game?
God.
You know what game they need to remake? While we're talking about Geek Gauntlet After Dark, is Playboy the Mansion. That's what
and was like, let me throw out the perv card right now. Let me.
I think the worst Final Fantasy game to me was 10-2, and that was just strictly a fan thing in my opinion because I thought 10-2 was just too simple. It was just too.
It has been thrown down my perv card.
It was just too simple. 10-2 was just too simple, so I thought that was the worst Final Fantasy.
10-2's story just was really. I mean, 10-2's story was just really out there as well because anybody who didn't play Final Fantasy X had no idea who Tidus was.
Nope.
Had no idea really the storyline with like Waka and Luna. You just knew Riku, Yuna, Riku, and Pain. And even Pain was an original character. That was it. So
Well, I think they just saw like how big it was, and they're like, oh well, they didn't, because usually Final Fantasy wasn't sequels, it was just new story, new characters and all that. But they're like, oh well, people really enjoy these characters. It's like, but we enjoy all these other characters too.
The only thing I liked about 10-2 was the soundtrack. That was it.
Yeah. And then you can make the argument that, I mean, they initiated it with 10-2, And they didn't give up because how many of the Final Fantasy VII remakes have come out now where people are like, hey, we have Yuffie, we have Vincent, we have the original story with Zack. You would have gotten none of that had they given up after 10-2.
Yep. That's true.
Yep.
All right. Let's go around the room. Man, I can't believe we've been on here about 2 hours. Let's go ahead.
Hold on, Will, before we close out. You said in the Geek Gauntlet chat that this was going to be a short show. And what was my answer to you?
I don't know what you were thinking, bro.
I said it. I said it in chat. When I am on the Geek Gauntlet podcast, it is never shorter than 90 minutes.
Yes.
One of these nights, we're going to keep Will up, and he's going to be sitting there. Go ahead and round around the room, guys.
Yeah.
Take a little nap. Hold on, I'm right here, guys. I swear.
Will's going to be...
I got to get my CPAP on. Hang on just a minute.
Five more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. That's it. Will, we've been on for 3 hours, bro.
We all log out. We just leave Will sleeping on live for like.
You know what? That's
if we get monetized for that, if we can get money for it, fuck yeah, dude. If we can make money off of Will sleeping on camera, I'm all for it, bro.
You know what? That's happened to me before. People forget how long I've been podcasting. I've been podcasting over 10 years, and the longest show I've ever done was like 5 hours and 30 minutes. And like the last probably about, I want to say 4 hours and 30 minutes in, I was out. And it's like everybody left. And the only thing you heard on Blog Talk Radio was me snoring. All you heard the last 30 minutes on Blog Talk Radio was me snoring. Everybody else was gone. I think my man Double A closed the show, and it's like he couldn't end it because I was in control of the dashboard on Blog Talk. So it's like the only thing you heard was me snoring. That was it.
Will, you changed it from whatever podcast you were doing to the podcast called ASMR Snoring. My name is Will Morgan. Hold on, I got to do this right. My name is Will Morgan. You're going to listen to the sound of my snoring for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to turn down the light, whether you sit down or lay down, and go ahead and just put your headphones on. And for the next 30 minutes, I will take you on a journey. Shut up! I'm trying to be serious here.
I'm trying to get like money afterwards, like $10 each 10 minutes.
And if you guys want to donate to my Patreon or my OnlyFans, you guys can find me down here in the link.
That would be an OnlyFans page right there. And, this is Will sleeping.
Yeah, this is me sleeping, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
When I was in high school, I remember my stepdad playing BioShock 2. And it was funny me and my stepsisters were sitting there watching him play BioShock, and we're just sitting there, cool. And all of a sudden we see his character run into a wall, and he keeps running to a wall. I'm like, what is he doing? And we turn around, and he's like holding the controller, and he fell asleep.
I can beat that. Do you remember Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Yes, I remember that game. Yes.
I did this. We were WrestleMania weekend. It was WrestleMania 23. So, Jesus Christ, 17 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm old. So, I have me and a couple of my Navy buddies over at my brother's house. And it's the night before WrestleMania. So, we're playing Xbox. We're playing PlayStation in the living room. And it's probably 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And we can't get to sleep. We've all been kind of drinking. And, my brother is sitting there. He's playing as Iron Man. I'm playing as Captain America, and the other two guys are playing. And the three characters go this way, and you just see one guy randomly like this. And Rob, you can just hear in the room, dude, Brandon, come on, we got to go this way. Brandon, face down on the carpet, just.
Nah. I think I can top that. When World of Warcraft first launched.
Oh my God, this is a WOW story.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I just moved to Texas, knew nobody, and I was like, you know what? It's a weekend. I'm just gonna sit down and game. I was logged into World of Warcraft for 72 hours straight. I would fall asleep in between the flight paths because they were really long at that point. Like if you were going from like Orgrimmar down into like the area, I don't remember what it was called now, but you had like all like the Taurens. That was like a 20-minute flight path. Jesus. So I would just sit back in my chair, close my eyes, and doze in between flight paths. And I'd wake up when I'd hear myself land.
That is perfect timing.
Yeah, you know how much money you probably would have made if you would have streamed that today?
Oh, dude, I could have made bank doing that today. Yeah.
You could have made the amount of money you need to buy your new house just for that 72-hour run of you falling asleep in between and playing your game. Yes.
Yeah.
Mine's not that bad.
So-
Mine was with Arkham Asylum, and I was playing. Luke was watching me play Arkham Asylum, and you get
Please
to the
don't
one
be
where
the
you're trying to
Jericho
go
level.
up the through the sewers, and you can't use your launch thing. And I kept running off the edge, and I'd rescue myself, and then run right back off the edge, and I'd rescue myself. And Luke finally, "What are you doing?"
Oh Jesus!
Oh no, I'm awake. I'm awake.
He's like, I'm on the
I was gonna say, please don't let it be
Wow,
during
it's
the
stuck in my head
scarecrow
now.
levels.
All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Gee whiz.
Will's like,
It's
"Come
been
on,
a good
guys.
show, guys. It's been a
Yeah.
really good show.
We gotta go."
Oh yeah, this has been a really good show. Hell yeah. All right, let's go ahead and go around the room. Get final thoughts from everybody. We're gonna go with our special guest, Darth Zane, or my man David. David, what you got? Final thoughts, my friend.
Check us out. We're gonna MCU Mondays, Monday night, 8:30 on Geek News Now official YouTube. We're talking X-Men 97. We're gonna start that one up. We've been doing Daredevil. We've been doing season 2 on Daredevil. Doing kicking off with X-Men 97. Then Thursday we're doing Cantina Happy Hour. We're in the middle of the Bad Batch, talking Bad Batch stuff. So
Did you
That's
just wrap
about
up Daredevil, didn't you? I think
I'm
it's-
sorry?
Did you just wrap up Daredevil, or
we wrapped up the first season of Daredevil. We started the second season. We're about 2 episodes into the second season, and now we've got now since X-Men started off, we're like, okay, Daredevil, backseat, X-Men.
I was gonna say, I think the last episode I watched was you guys wrapping up Daredevil.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, what you got?
Well, in addition to what, we had David talking about, we got MCU Money. We also have the Sith Dominion over at Geek Gauntlet on Tuesdays. Make sure you're checking out our podcast also over on Podbean. You can check it out on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, anywhere where you like to get your favorite podcast. You can also find us, the Geek Gauntlet, there as well. But check out War of the Stars. They talk about all kinds of different shows. I think they're right now also going over the Bad Batch. But you know what? You got a whole different group of people giving you a whole different take on that show. From there, we've of course always got our writers cranking out articles. Definitely keep an eye out this April 1st. They should have some really great, fun stuff coming for you over at geeknewsnow.net. And just feel free to make sure you're following us on all of our socials of Geek. And then you can just search us by Geek News Now.
I need a Funko Pop.
There you go. There you go.
Camera.
Look at y'all.
I was like, wait a minute, I got a Funko Pop too.
I got one too.
Yeah, I forgot to say
Right,
that. I got it with the. I got it.
There you
with
go.
the
There you go.
I got nothing.
Y'all know I got a whole bunch of them. I just don't feel like going to get them right now.
Mine are in a box right now.
Cool.
I've got 2, and they're in a closet somewhere because I don't care for Funko Pops. But
Yeah, I got that one with the T-shirt.
Just
that I
say you don't
bought,
care
so.
for Funko Pops. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
the only 2 I've got are because somebody gave them to me. Sorry.
I'm just teasing.
All right. All right, Diamond, what you got?
So I was in the middle of uploading a video of, what was it, Jedi Fallen Order, where I'm starting to talk more now in the video. So you may hear some things that I would never really say in real life.
Ooh,
Crap,
now I
crap,
really
I
got
got it.
Ooh, now. Ooh.
You gotta be sure. Yeah, sure. This. I want to hear this.
Now.
Oh, fiddlestick.
Now.
Is it
Is it
that
holy
hard?
crackers and cheese?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, fudge.
Crackers?
Just
Because I
yelling,
used to say that a lot.
perception.
Darn it! Gad Zooks, what's going on?
Hello.
Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Cats.
I'm interested now, for real. I gotta hear what Diamond be talking about, boy. You never know. I gotta hear what Diamond be talking about.
Yeah, I wanna
gotta
hear this.
Hold
find
on.
this
What
out.
game did she say? Jedi Order.
Fallen.
Yeah,
Fallen
Jedi
Order?
Fallen Order.
Yeah, you
No,
might-
she's
yeah,
falling.
you gotta
And
hear
I don't know if you watch Shameless at all, and I don't know if you like that character, but it could be something along the lines of, because we are reaching that after hour time. Yeah, that ginger.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You
let
ain't
me
getting
use
me
the
caught up.
force.
You ain't getting me
I'm gonna
caught.
use the-
No,
I'm going to use the force pull on him.
nah, you ain't getting me caught up with the FCC. No, sir. Ando, what you got to finish up, man?
You know what?
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing over there,
doing?
Will? What you
You got a pretty
what you
nice
got going on?
lightsaber over there. I got one.
First of
Yeah.
all, I got
It's,
two dudes.
hold on. Did that
I
light?
got two dudes talking like this. That's disturbing.
Okay, hold on. Cat. Yo, I
There
see
you
that
go.
lightsaber over there that just ignited. Is that me, or you just turning stuff on?
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus!
I think
God
Cat might
help
be the
us
wrong
all.
person to go
All right.
after because
Nah.
Cat had come up with a crazy mean ass response.
See, I would have said it to Janae because I know Janae and I have that kind of friendship going on, but she don't have her camera on, and I can't see her blush behind the camera. So I'm just, at least with Kat, I can get that response that I was hoping to get, where it's like either the eye roll or the "Oh Jesus Christ, shut up."
Janae's General Grievous
No,
over
he
there.
didn't just
She's
say
got
that
all
type
the
of look that you
lightsabers.
get from Cat. No, he didn't just say that.
Oh, Kat totally did.
Is the
but
force strong with you, or are you just happy to see me?
Pull me over. Let's find out.
Man, what you got
You're
going
gonna
on
find
this
some
week?
stalking relations with me, Kat.
Oh my god.
Let me just say, I'm choking with aspiration for you to find out. Hey,
Oh
hey,
man,
Kat, hold on to that
Yeah,
saber. I mean,
awful.
savor the moment.
Janae over here coughing.
That's no moon.
Dolphins, you about to downstream. Go back, girl.
That's no moon. That's my love for you.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Okay, but anyway, pickup
You
lines
about to
aside,
downstream over here. Don't
You
die,
want to see what they
Janae.
call us a fallen order?
This is what happened last
Oh,
time
no.
when you guys
Oh,
went
no.
on a rant in the
I'm-
chat and I was dying.
I'm sorry. We're talking about the rise of something, are we? It ain't Skywalker.
It has eventually turned into.
They don't call me
Geek Gauntlet
Skywalker for nothing.
No, they don't. I'll be walking on something.
So I'm gonna
Man,
sample
what you
your
got?
midichlorians.
I got some metachlorians for you.
Man, what you got?
I am the
Whoa,
Jedi you're
Let me,
looking for.
right
let me go
over
to Tyler. We'll finish up with Janae. She's still coughing. Let me go to
But
Tyler
anyway,
real
no,
quick. We'll let Janae go last.
With me, I got sports report coming up Monday with you again, Will, as always. Working on some sales, working on some pickup lines for Janae. How you doing? But no, I mean, it's just kind of living life one day at a time. Want to tell my boss some who's, what, wherefores in life, but I like my job enough to keep it at the moment, and that's a great way to stay in shape.
Andrew's not sharing this podcast on his socials.
Oh no, I already shared it on Facebook, so my parents.
It's on Facebook right now. It's going right now.
Yep. I try to get people to watch it. I'm kind of,
Appreciate that.
sad that they don't. I'm kind of glad my parents aren't watching because especially my mom with facepalm. I think my dad, because he was around when Star Wars was there, would kind of be like, "That's my boy."
Ando, you need to be making your sales right here on the Gauntlet. It's supposed to be like,
Right?
I can pitch you guys right now. If you come on in right now, we have a deal.
There you go. There you go. Janae, what you got going on?
Did you catch your breath yet?
I'm not joking.
If not, I got some H2 for you.
Well, I officially have a table, so I can actually work on stuff now. And so I'm hoping to move my art stuff onto my table.
Looks like we'll be all
And I'm excited. So
we'll all clap again.
it's a borrowed table, and so if my mother-in-law needs it back, I have to give it back to her. But it's a placement, and if it works what I need, we'll buy me my own table. So
Janae, just remember to tell your mom, mother-in-law, that the art supplies are not included. So that could be a reason why she wants it back.
Yeah, no. She has her own art supplies and things like that for the childcare. So
It's a mother-in-law. We don't care. It's okay.
All right. Let's finish up with my man Tyler. Tyler, what you got going on this week?
Did we get the diamond over there?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, where do you think my pickup line started, bro?
Oh yeah, we did. That's right. We
Like
did.
diamonds in the sky.
Going through.
No, I guess for me this week, tons of comics to read. I hopefully, in theory, will have a drop of my podcast of us doing Geek Talks, where we rewatch the Umbrella Academy this Monday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But we will get that going. That's always fun to tune in there. You can find us again on Twitter or YouTube under Geek Talks. And I said reading comic books, and I guess apparently Ando and I have homework to find pickup lines for Star Wars. Apparently, so I mean we'll work on that, and all that fun stuff.
All right. Me and myself, I'm working on pickup lines as well. I'm trying to work on a few pickup lines for Princess Diana.
Yeah, you do it, bro. I'm
That's
telling you,
pretty
man.
good.
When you get engaged, I'm gonna be the man speaking at your wedding, bro. That's it.
Oh man.
This is how it's gonna be too, Will. Diana, Will. He loved you from the moment you said Pokemon and you dressed up in that really hot clothing. Treat my man well. Will, lay her down, sir, and you have a great night.
There
That's
you
how
go.
it's gonna be, man.
You need,
Amen.
you need to make it a little cringy and be like, when you threw it back, he knew he wanted that back.
Will
Like,
had that Pokeball, and he wanted you, so he chucked it.
you made
just
Will
chuck
go
that
for the
ball.
Ultra Ball.
He used the Master Ball on you.
Yes.
He didn't just chuck his balls at anybody.
Now we're doing Pokemon pickup lines. Is that how this is working?
Yes.
His balls
Dear
had your
Lord.
name. His balls had your names on them.
He knew he wanted to be the very best, so he got you.
There you go. There you go.
And he didn't get them all, but he got the one.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet.
Now that one I like. I'm writing that one down. That's the one I got to write down right there.
Pokedex with you.
That's what.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go.
Once he
There you
got to the rest of his
And
Pokédex.
Will, when you finally give her kids, it'll expand the Pokédex.
Yes. Extra entries in the Pokedex. That's right.
Professor
But you gotta
Oak
come
said
visit
I need
Uncle
to
Andrew
starter my
once in a while.
Pokemon, so when do we start?
And if there's real quick, thanks to everybody being here tonight. We do appreciate you guys. Also, everybody in the chat, we do appreciate you as well. David, thank you for coming over from NCU Mondays and Cantina Happy Hour. Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody rolling through. We're gonna go ahead and head on out of here. We'll see you next Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel. Everyone have
And
a
more
great
pickup lines
weekend.
to come.
Yes, pick up more pickup lines to come. Come, everybody, come on to the Geek Gauntlet Podcast.
You can't keep saying come like that, Will. We're gonna get demonetized.
All I could
You
think
can't
of
just
is
say come. It's that's gonna happen.
I'm already out there, sir. I'm already out there, sir.
Will, keep your pants on until after the show is off the air.
Jesus.
I can't
Dude,
believe we
they
have to
can only
have
see
this
him on the
conversation
desktop. He's fine.
again, Will.
Wait a minute. He's wearing pants? He's wearing pants this whole time.
Cat kept her pants on the entire show, and
Yes,
she's
I
in the
wear
middle
pants,
of a
sir.
removing.
I'm wearing pants, sir. Yes. All
Y'all
right,
like,
you
yeah,
guys.
I'm wearing a shirt. I was going full.
Like a Zoom call, like a business Zoom call. That's where the top part.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
did we-
right.
Did we say we're taking shirts off now? Is that what we're doing? We're gonna take shirts off.
There's no rules.
Oh,
Put your
man.
shirt off. Put your shirt back on. There's one rule.
Hold on, we're gonna take shirts off. Fucking hold on.
Put your shirt. Oh God, don't even do this.
We're going OnlyFans.
Oh, we're going with OnlyFans now, y'all.
Nobody saw my boobs, right? I don't want to get demonetized.
Is this OnlyFans where I have to pay like $10 for you to put the shirt back on?
No.
or-
As long as I got my over-the-shoulder holder, I'm okay, man. All right, look.
Put the show back on.
He's got his man bra.
I'm there
He's
too.
fine.
$10
Look,
for my
I
shirt back
got my
on, so
I got my
get
tank top on.
He got
Right,
the
I got my
white
over-the-shoulder
beater on, so we
holder
good.
on,
We good.
and then I
We
still got
good.
underwear on, so I have my under the nut butt hut. All good to go. We're ready, guys.
All right, you guys. We'll see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Me and everyone here have a great night. Everyone have a good one.
Bye.